For top-flight local jobs, go with who you know. J.P. Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, MASCARO, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's classic ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
The Promax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks and a festive atmosphere. Regular season tickets are $37 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Looking to try something new at a Fightin Phil's game this season? Give Briganti Wines a try. Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. Briganti Wines comes from the vineyards in Italy's Abruzzo region. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get a wide variety of Briganti Wines wherever it is sold at FirstEnergy Stadium this season. Visit BrigantiWines.com to learn more.
The Reading Fightin Phil is a proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
This is the Reading Fightin Phil's pregame show on the Our Phil's Broadcast Network, featuring exclusive interviews, content, and much more. Now out to the ballpark with broadcasters Jake Starr and Bob McCool.
FirstEnergy Stadium, a absolutely gorgeous Wednesday afternoon for the pregame show here on the Fightin Phil's Radio Network. Jake Starr, Bob McCool, thank you so much for joining us here as we get ready for Game 2 of a 6-game series between the Fightin Phil's and Somerset Patriots. Both teams enter tonight with identical records at 7-9. Reading coming off a 10-4 victory last night. A lot to be happy about, Bob. Bullpen looked really good. Handful of bats getting on the action, especially Marcus Lee-Sang and Carson Taylor again.
Yeah, Carson Taylor really comes as no surprise the way he has gone through this season. He has been a linchpin to success on the offensive side for the Phils and leading the Eastern League in RBIs now with the 2 more he drove in last night. So that's not the major factor, but Marcus Lee-Sang, and I know you got a chance to talk to him in the postgame last night, he's the big piece of the puzzle. Just trying to find him and get him in a good space somewhere. He started out the season batting into the top of the order, which is where he is most likely to ultimately be, but because of his struggles, Al Padrique dropped him in the order, and hopefully last night is a bit of a spark plug. Tonight he goes into the 9-hole, which, once you get through the order, obviously just becomes a second leadoff hitter. So it's a good spot for him to be, and hopefully he gets comfortable because he had a lot of success in Jersey Shore, but it just hasn't transferred from his call-up last year here to Reading and into the beginning of this season. But he's got a lot of tools, there's no doubt about it, but he showed some of those last night with a double and a home run, and just to get more productivity out of the lineup. But what I really liked about the Phils, Jake, the most last night in terms of the offensive side, they scored 10 runs with only 8 hits. They got guys on base, a lot of walks, and they made the hits count, and that's really what it's all about.
They were 5 for 13 last night with runners in scoring position. That moved them to 239 with RISP this year. They were 12th in the Eastern League on in the last night's game. Now they're at 8. Yeah,
and as we talked about in the Portland series, the LOBs, the left on base numbers, just were spiraling out of control over the course of it. They had the makeup game and a doubleheader. They left 21 men on base in 14 innings, and it didn't get a whole lot better through the weekend of that 4-game losing streak that ultimately then went on the road. But last night they left 5 men on base, and 3 of them were in the 8th inning when they left the bases loaded, and they had already scored 5 runs. So you can kind of throw that out the window that, okay, we left the bases loaded, but we already scored a pile of runs in the inning. So theoretically, they really only left 2 men on base, and that's the difference.
That was an 8th inning in which 11 Fightin Phils came to the plate. First time that Reading has hit around this season after doing it on 6 instances in 2023. One more guy I want to talk about real quick. We talked about him briefly, Carson Taylor. I mean, you just look at the stats for Carson Taylor this year, and yes, I get it's still a very, very early and a very small sample size. Taylor has played in 10 games so far, so of course a lot can still happen, but there's a lot to be happy about with Carson Taylor. And I mean, look, you're hitting 378. Leads the Eastern League in RBI with 16. He has 4 home runs, but situationally, he has been really good this year. A 333 hitter with 2 outs. And get this, with runners in scoring position, Carson Taylor is hitting at 692, 3 home runs, 5 extra base hits in total, and 15 RBI.
In addition to which, he has filled, or at least partially filled, a monumental void because of the guys who this team was expecting to be run producers. Carlos De La Cruz obviously being front and center. Carlos has struggled. Now he's on the 7-day disabled list. So you're trying to find other players to step in and fill the void. Jim Haley brought in here as a veteran bat, has not gotten it going so far. Bryce Ball hasn't gotten it going so far. They're starting to get a little bit of productivity out of some of the other players, but Carson Taylor has been a guy who Al Padrique can now kind of place in the middle of that lineup. Baron Radcliffe being the other one who I forgot for a moment, been hurt and hasn't been able to fill some of the offensive production they're looking for. And so where is those stats going to come from? And so far it has been Carson Taylor. Gabriel Rincones has been a guy who's gotten on base. The home runs have been solo home runs for him so far. But Carson Taylor has just come up with, in big moments, and come up with big spots and big at-bats for this team.
And Al Padrique's lineup card, it looks like it's starting to take a little bit of shape, especially 1 through 4. Robert Moore, Jose Rodriguez, Gabriel Rincones Jr., Carson Taylor, the same 1 through 4 as last night. And for a manager to ultimately get to a point where you know a lot of where you're penciling guys in has to be a good feeling. You talked about Baron Radcliffe, comes off the injury list yesterday, makes his first start since being back today. And now let's take a look at today's game. 1 o'clock first pitch coming up here in just a couple of moments. And on the Reading side, it's Christian McGowan who makes his second start of the season. Went 3 2/3 at Binghamton last week, but McGowan, Bob, to Reading and the Phillies organization, he's still largely an unknown. This is his 17th appearance here in his 4th minor league season.
Yeah, he was missing. He had Tommy John surgery and only got activated last year on August the 12th. Made 5 starts in Clearwater and then got bumped up for 1 start in Lehigh Valley to finish the season. So he is still, in essence, working his way back into becoming a healthy pitcher and just making his 2nd start. But obviously, if he is healthy, he is a player that the Phillies organization is very high on. He is still considered a top prospect within the organization, number 16 in their top 30 prospect list. Good fastball. It's a 2-seam fastball, a slider, and a change is his mix of pitches. And so he's obviously still very young at 24 and coming off of Tommy John surgery. So there's still a whole lot of hope and a whole lot of time left for Christian McGowan to show his wear and show his mettle and see if he is a guy who could be a factor for this organization moving forward as a starter.
And on the Somerset side, it's a guy who, as a starter, is still very much unknown. He did start in college at Penn State, may I say. Bailey Dees gets to start, the righty for Somerset, who really was roughed up his first start of the season on April the 6th. He had 8 earned and 3 1/3 innings pitched. But since then, he's been really good. Went a career-high 6 innings, also struck out a career-high 9 batters, got the win, quality start, 3 earned runs last week at home. So someone who is still adjusting to life as a starter after only being a relief arm since being drafted by the Yankees in 2021. So it's really a matchup, Bob, today of 2 pitchers who feels like are still trying to learn about themselves. The teams are trying to learn about them and just trying to figure things out.
Yeah, you look at a guy like Bailey Dees at 6'8", and you figure he's going to be one of those guys who comes out of the bullpen and overpowers people. And I think that's probably what the Yankees were hoping for from him. But as you said, last year completely as a relief pitcher and then transitioning to a starter. I think that's pretty ironic in today's game of baseball because it usually works in the other fashion. They usually allow you to start, see if you can metal up as a starter, and if it doesn't look like you're going to work out as a starter, then ultimately they decide, okay, we gave you the chance to be a starter, and we feel as if the bullpen is your future in the game. Bailey Dees is kind of going about that in the opposite fashion. Starter in college, reliever to start, and now going back to being a starter. So length obviously will be a factor for him because he has to acclimate himself to doing that, and this will be his 4th start this year.
It's kind of like what you're seeing with Griff McGarry in Lehigh Valley, someone who the Phillies have tried to push as a starter, and they tried him in the bullpen in 2022 to finish the season at Lehigh Valley. Didn't go well, came back in 23, served as a starter, had a really good month of July, and then things kind of fizzled out once he made the trip over to Allentown, so they're going to move him back to the bullpen. So, like you said, Bob, it's really interesting how Dees is kind of going opposite to what the true trajectory is. Once again, Game 2 of a 6-game series. He's Bob McCool. I'm Jake Starr. Just awaiting the Fightin' Phils to take the field. Both pitchers, Bailey Dees and Christian McGowan, have finished their warm-up tosses, and right on cue, McGowan will lead the troops out of the dugout as the Fightin' Phils take the field. Must have heard us to get started Game 2 of a 6-game set. Reading looking for their 3rd straight win and 2nd straight to start this series. Somerset looking to bounce back after the wheels really fell off late in Tuesday night's game. This has been the pregame show. It's time for the national anthem. Lineups and first pitch are after this here on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Stand up, hands up. City of brotherly love. Stand up, hands up.
Wilson hits it in the air, out towards right. Oh, watch it fly, and it's a walk-off, game-winning home run for Ethan Wilson.
This one driven into left center field, turn and say goodbye. Carlos De La Cruz clears the scoreboard in left center field. Home run number 21, and the Fightins jump out on top.
You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phils Baseball on the R-Phils Radio Network.
Swing and a miss and back-to-back strikeouts as Sanchez cannot catch up to the 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Abel.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out. 10 strikeouts tonight for Griff McGarry.
Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Jake Starr and Bob McCool.
An excellent rendition of the national anthem thanks to Elizabethtown Area Middle School's band. And the Fightin' Phils are on the field. Teams pour back in the dugout. And it's time for baseball from Baseball Town. Game 2 of a 6-game set as the Fightin' Phils look for their 3rd straight win. Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Thank you again for tuning in. Here is the Patriots lineup. Spencer Jones leads off in center. Augustin Ramirez, the DH, is second. Ben Rice at first base bats third. Ben Cowles 4th, the shortstop. J.C. Esquera 5th, the catcher. Jordan Groshin 6th at third. Elijah Dunham 7th in right. Jared Wegner is 8th in left. Anthony Siegler 9th at second. Again, Jones, Ramirez, Rice, Cowles, Esquera, Groshins, Dunham, Wegner, Siegler. And the man on the bump we talked in the pregame show about, Bob, it is righty Christian McGowan.
As I said, 24 years of age, 6 foot, 205-pound right-hander, two-seam fastball that'll get there at about 94 to 95 on average, and an excellent fastball at that with that two-seamer and the movement on it. A pretty good slider as well, and a changeup. The changeup is, shall we say, a work in progress for Christian McGowan, but it is the fastball and slider that is going to be his 2 best pitches. Again, last year, 5 starts in Clearwater, pitched to a 2.81 earned run average in just 16 innings, and then did make 1 start in Lehigh Valley to finish up the season, and went just 2 2/3 innings, making a start for the Iron Pigs.
William Simonite gets a start. He'll do the catching. Carson Taylor at first. Jose Rodriguez second. Robert Morris short. Jim Haley third. Gabriel Rincones Jr. in right. Marcus Lee Sang in center. Trevor Schwecke in left. Again, right to left infield. Taylor, Rodriguez, Moore, Haley. Right to left outfield. Rincones Jr., Lee Sang, Schwecke, Simonite, and Christian McGowan form the battery. And McGowan, who dons the Fightin' Phils pinstripe jerseys, red caps with the white F-fist, toes the first base side of the rubber. Spencer Jones in. First pitch home is over for a strike at 1:02 p.m. 66 degrees and cloudy. Our game time temperature presented by Alt Temp Enterprises. 0-1. Swung on, knuckled foul behind home plate. It's 0-2. Quickly to Spencer Jones.
And gets that fastball in on the fists of Spencer Jones. We got a chance to see some of the power potential that the Yankees like about Spencer Jones last night.
0-2, just misses a hair off the plate. Went to that slider at 89. Fulfill fastball, 94 to 95. Slider in the low 80s. Also mixes in a changeup. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Spencer Jones. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Jones will run down the first. As that hit the dirt, William Simonite steps into the infield grass, takes that inside throwing lane, and Jones is retired. 1 gone for Augustin Ramirez.
So the mix of pitches that I talked about, the 4-seam fastball and the slider, becomes strike 2 with that 4-seam fastball on the fists that Jones can't turn on, and then the excellent slider against the left-hander that ultimately leads to the strikeout.
Here's Ramirez, first pitch home. It's in tight, almost shakes the righty out of the way. It's 1-0. 91 to 94, McGowan sat last week in his first start in Binghamton. 1-0 is just down for a ball. It's 1-1. All speed stuff was around 82 to 87. I did keep track for about an inning for anybody that is wondering. 2 balls, no strikes to pitch. And Ramirez tried to check his swing. They'll peel to first, and they'll say no swing. Chad Patterson, our home plate umpires. Zdenek Zedek is at third, the crew chief, and Jared Durson is at first. He's who just made that call. 3-0 is inside, ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk for Augustin Ramirez. I'm going to say probably was not pitching around him, but Ramirez obviously a very dangerous hitter, so.
Yeah, but a very different approach from one batter to the next, and some talking going on now between McGowan and Ramirez. I'm not quite sure what happened with Ramirez on after he left
probably
the batter's box.
Probably that first pitch that was a bit inside.
Right.
Al Patrica actually stepped out of the dugout for a second.
Right. McGowan obviously must have said something to Ramirez, and the conversation continued all the way down the first baseline.
First pitch to Ben Rice, way out in front of a sinker, and he fouls it straight down. It's 0-1.
I got to tell you something, Jake. I love seeing that from a pitcher. I don't know what it was, but I love that attitude from McGowan to say whatever it was, like, look, dude, I have the right to throw pitches where I want. I'm not trying to hit you on as the second batter of the game.
Here's the 0-1. In tight to Rice, it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Four-seam fastball at 94. McGowan, this just his 17th career start. 0-2, a 3.67 ERA across his professional career so far. Fires the 1-1, and it just misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just 41 2/3 innings he's pitched. 48 now career strikeouts with that first one. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. McGowan, the righty, from the stretch. Set just below the letters. He'll throw over. Ramirez took an extra hop off the bag, gets back safely.
Ramirez did that last night with Lachlan Wells pitching, and he did that little bunny hop off the bag and then got started on a running stop. So the Phils saw that from Ramirez last night, and McGowan says, nah, I'm going over.
2-1, misses high and away. 3-1 to Ben Rice, who, very dangerous hitter, was kept fairly quiet last night. 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike to him. McGowan set, deals home, and that gets the inside corner 3-2. One thing I will say, McGowan is mixing up the locations of his fastball quite well early.
Yeah, he's moving it around, inside corner, outside corner, moving it up and down to the strike zone as well.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ramirez a 2-step lead off first. Here's the pitch. And that one is a slider that misses into the lefty Rice, so it's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Christian McGowan, and that'll bring Ben Cowles to the plate. So you walk arguably the 2 best hitters in this Somerset lineup. We'll see how McGowan now attacks the 4-hitter in Cowles. Sunny day here at FirstEnergy Stadium as the crowd files in for today's business person special. First pitch home, and Cowles takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, he's just missing consistently off the corners on both sides of the plate. He's not missing by a lot, but he's most definitely missing.
And like you said, they're not big misses either. Here's the 1-0. That's upstairs, 2 balls, no strike. Nor is he getting squeezed either.
No, this is gonna bring Phil Canary out of the line, out of the dugout. Now it's starting to press him. That right now, he overthrew that last pitch.
Yeah, that was 96, the hardest he's thrown.
Correct. You could just see based on his body language. I didn't even look at the pitch speed. I just could tell by his body that he most definitely reached back for something extra on that pitch, because I think he's getting frustrated. This is not about frustration with the umpire. This is frustration internally that he's struggling to find that spot. And Phil Canary didn't have to waste a split second, and he was on his way out to talk to his pitcher.
Phil Canary, at least from talking to him, you get the sense he is a very calming individual.
He's kind of got that like professor kind of mindset
That's a good way to put
him.
it.
Very much of a teacher.
Very calming presence. So, I mean, it always feels like whenever he goes out there for a mound visit, it works. So, it's 2 balls, no strike to Cowles. First and second, 1 out, top of the first. McGowan fires and gets a foul tip straight back, 2-1. It was up in the zone at 94, but in the zone. So, looked like McGowan kind of trusted his body more with that pitch as opposed to overthrowing it. Whole step off. And back on. 2 balls, 1 strike. Righty fires home. Swung on, ground ball towards third. In and out of the glove of Jim Haley. Everybody will be safe. Haley was trying to get to it and get to the third base bag to at least get the lead runner, but it goes in and out of his glove. That'll be an error. His 4th of the year for Jim Haley, and that loads the bases for J.C. Esquera.
Amazing how much, I was going to say 24 hours makes, but it's not 24 hours. It's considerably less than 24 hours. But that's what the Fightins did not do last night. They didn't walk a lot of batters. They walked 3 guys over the 9 innings last night, and they played a clean game defensively.
First pitch to Esquera, a slider that buckles the lefty. It's 0-1 on a swing and a miss.
But the problem that Haley made was he was in a hurry, and he didn't have to be in a hurry. He wasn't going to turn 2 on that play.
Next pitch is just below the knees for a ball with a slider. It's 1-1. So bases loaded. Infield still plays back. They'll look to turn 2. McGowan throws pitch number 21 here, and it's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
So now you got to make sure that McGowan kind of overcomes that. Now he's got Defense didn't help him out. He got himself in a position now where he should be in first and second and 2 outs. And now he's in a much more of a bind.
2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. When he gets on top of that slider and gets the dive out of the zone,
right.
It's a really good swing and miss pitch. So 2-2 count, 1 out to Escara. Bases remain loaded. Here's the pitch. That's another slider. That misses outside, and the count's full.
So now if you're Escara, you're in a prime spot here. He's got nowhere to go on a 3-2 count.
3-2 pitch. At the knees, called strike 3. Beautiful spot from Christian McGowan. Huge second out on the strikeout. And that'll bring Jordan Groshans to the plate.
Escara complaining on his way to the dugout and absolutely no place to play. That is a pinpoint spot from Christian McGowan. It's a great pitch from him.
First pitch to Groshans is at the knees again for a strike. It's 0-1.
But that is on the hitter. You can't walk back to the dugout and complain to the umpire. You got to be swinging in that spot.
Especially bases loaded.
Absolutely.
1 out. 0-1 is on the outside corner, 0-2, and it feels like McGowan is starting to get a feel for that fastball.
In addition to which, Jake, you don't have a feel for the umpire yet. Not only don't you have a feel for the pitcher, you don't have a feel for the umpire yet to know whether or not whether he's going to give you that or not.
0-2 misses down and in. 1-2. Goes to a cutter at 88. To the right-handed hitting Groshans. Bases loaded, 2 outs, stop 1. Somerset looking to draw first blood. McGowan looking to put a bandage on that. Swung on, pop fly. Right side of the infield. Simonite off with the mask. In the foul ground, he'll make the catch. And that'll retire the side in the first. So, all in all, it's no runs, no hits. There was an error and 3 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Somerset nothing. Fightin's coming to bat.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phillies.
Bottom half of the first inning, and here is today's Fightin' Phil starting lineup presented by Golden Oaks Landscaping. Robert Moore leads off the shortstop. Jose Rodriguez second at second. Gabriel Rincon is third and right. Carson Taylor fourth at first. Trevor Schwecke fifth, the left fielder. Baron Ratcliffe sixth to DH. Jim Haley seventh, the third baseman. William Simonite eighth, the catcher. Marcus Lee sang ninth, the center fielder. Against righty Bailey Dees.
Bailey Dees, 6'8", 250 pounds, went to some college in the middle of the state. They call it Penn State, I believe. Started 33 games for the Nittany Lions over his 4-year time at Penn State. But again, last year, strictly a reliever in the Yankees organization.
First pitch to Moore is outside for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Pretty much split the season last year, a little bit more so at High A Hudson Valley. 26 appearances at Hudson Valley, and then 16 more after his promotion to Somerset. That happened on the end of July 25th to be exact.
1-0 is down. 2 balls, no strikes to Robert Moore. So 4th start of the season for Dees. He has a 7.90 ERA, which I think is a little deceiving. That really was roughed up in his first start on April 6. 8 earned runs across 3 1/3 innings pitched. 2-0 is at the belt for a strike, 2-1. But since then, last 2, just 4 earned runs over 10 1/3 innings pitched. Also 15 strikeouts, which included a career-high 9 over a career-high 6 innings last week. 2-1 is just below the knees, 3 balls, 1 strike. Robert Moore An 11-game on-base streak. Had his 9-game hit streak snapped last night. Did reach a couple of times via the walk. 3-1. Swung on, hit in the air, shallow left field. Out goes Cowles, the shortstop. Shades his eyes from the sun, and will make the catch in the outfield grass. That is out number 1.
I have this note about Bailey Dees from last year when he was with Somerset, that he was a freshman when former Reading Fightin Phil and now Lehigh Valley Iron Pig Taylor Lehman was on the staff at Penn State as well. Bailey Dees is 6'8" and 250. Taylor Lehman was pretty much the same on the only opposite side. One right-handed at Dees and Taylor Lehman left-handed.
Rodriguez swings and fouls the first pitch back 0-1. It's like mirror image.
They were like, as you said, they're like bookends, so on opposite sides of each other, pretty much the same size. And Taylor Lehman did a great job here, and he had a pretty good successful transition to AAA as well, pitching for the Iron Pigs now again in 2024.
0-1. Rodriguez out in front of a slider. It's 0-2. J.C. Escara, the catcher. Ben Rice at first. Anthony Siegler second. Ben Cowles short. Jordan Groshans third. Elijah Dunham right. Spencer Jones center. Jared Wegner is in left. That's how the Patriots line up defensively today. No balls, 2 strikes to Rodriguez. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air well, out towards left. Look, carry, Wegner's back, and it's gone! Jose Rodriguez gets the scoring starting. Fightins open the wound and draw first blood. It is 1-0 on Rodriguez's second of the year.
Jose Rodriguez, after signing with the Phillies organization and coming here to Reading, started out pretty well with the bat in his hands. What Al Padrique really liked about him was the fact he was getting on base. He's continued to do that by drawing a lot of walks, even though the hits kind of dried up a little bit. But what he just showed there is the pop that is there.
On an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, and a line drive home run at that.
Here's Gabriel Rincones Jr. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Ball 357 feet, 102 off the bat. As it's no balls and 1 strike here to Gabriel Rincones Jr. Next pitch is out for a ball. It's 1-1.
Yeah, what you like about that home run from Rodriguez is obviously it was a home run, but if it's not, I mean that's a double off the wall. He hit a line drive, and with his speed, it could be more than that.
Next pitch, and that's down, smothered by the catcher Escara. It's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As we said, Fightin Phil struck first. As Rincones Jr. in from the left side. D's ready and fires. And Rincones Jr. swings and fouls it straight back. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a pretty healthy cut there from Rincones. Just kind of looked back and asked the home plate umpire Chad Patterson whether or not that was a strike or not. And it was right around the border of a high strike.
2-2. That's outside for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gabriel Rincones Jr. So,
but usually when a batter does that, he's not only just asking whether or not it was a strike. He's trying to figure out if he's on that pitch or not. He's pretty much on that pitch from D's.
Here's the 3-2. Swung on, line drive, falling fast. It's down left center field for a base hit. Wegner over to cut it off. An excellent at bat by Rincones Jr. And it's a 1-out base runner for the red, and I mean red hot, Carson Taylor.
Yeah, and to the point I was talking about with Rincones, that was, again, another pitch up in the zone from D's, but not quite as far up as the last one. And Rincones didn't try to do anything fancy with it. It was a pitch up and a little bit away from him, and he just lapped it the other way in the left field. And we're starting to see more of that from Rincones, and the base hits the other way. He had a big one last night in that 5-run 8th inning and a base hit to left field.
Here's the first pitch to Carson Taylor. Swung on, jammed him on the hands, and he'll go out to play foul to the left side. It's 0-1. So, no ball is 1 strike to Taylor as Rincones gets his lead off first. 1 out, bottom of the first. The pitch. That is at the knees for a strike, 0-2. So if you're just joining us, 1-0 Reading. Jose Rodriguez a home run in the bottom half of this first inning. Taylor from the left side awaits the 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Dees. Carson Taylor hitting .378, which would rank second in the Eastern League if he qualified, but doesn't have enough plate appearances to yet qualify. His 16 RBI, though, does rank first in the league. 1-2. Swung on, line drive down the left field line. It's foul. Stays 1-2. My thing is, if you have enough plate appearances to have the most RBI in the league, I think you should have enough plate appearances to have the best average.
Yeah, it only does seem to make sense unless you have done an unbelievable job in very few at-bats.
1 ball, 2 strikes to pitch. And he swings and fights one down the third base line, and it dies in the grass. Bob McCool, when things are going well, things are going well, and that is the textbook definition of that, back-to-back hits.
You don't get hits like that when you're hitting $190, that's for sure. And that was clearly, you talk about one off the end of the bat, that was as much of a cue shot as it could be. And the only question was whether or not that was going to stay fair or not. And it got in the grass, and it wasn't going to roll foul from that point forward, and there was no doubt. Because of the left-handed bat of Carson Taylor, Jordan Groshans, the third baseman, was off the line. He had zero shot of ever being able to get there and getting to Taylor. That was a base hit for sure, as long as it stayed fair.
So here's Trevor Schwecke, 1 out, bottom 1. D's ready at the belt. Both runners take off. It is a ball, and Ascara never threw it, so both runners steal. 4th of the year for Rincones, 1st of the year for Taylor. And it's 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, 1-0 count.
Yeah, there was a bit of a delayed start for Rincones, but it was simply a matter that, again, much like we saw last night with Lachlan Wells, the D's really wasn't paying attention to the runner at second base. And so with that spot from second, it's a running lead.
Schwecke takes 2-0. Last time the Fightin' Phils pulled off a double steal, May the 25th of last year against Harrisburg. Johan Rojas and Matt Kroon had the honors of doing that.
Whatever happened to those two guys?
I wonder where. One's tearing it up in AAA, one's having a pretty good run in the big leagues. Schwecke will take the 2-0. It's a strike. It's 2-1.
But that's a really very much of a big double steal here, because again, there's only 1 out in this inning, so this is a spot for the Phils to put up a crooked number.
2 balls, 1 strike. Schwecke, a 200 hitter with runners in scoring position. Dees fires. Schwecke takes outside, 3-1. 1-0 Fightin' Phils, bottom of the 1st. Jose Rodriguez got the scoring started with a homer to left. Baron Ratcliffe awaits on deck, barring any double play here. 3-1. Schwecke will swing and just fight it off foul to the right side. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Interesting choice there from Bailey Dees with the 3-1 pitch. Comes with a slider.
Dees up to 24 pitches in this bottom half of the 1st inning. So both pitchers higher pitch counts in their first frame, and Dees only has 1 out. He's set at the belt. The righty fires home. And Schwecke will take down low. It's ball 4. Dees misses with a slider, and that will load the bases for Baron Ratcliffe.
One of the things we talked about in the pregame show was some of the veteran players on this Fightin' Phil team have, with the exception of Carson Taylor, not really gotten the job done. If you look at Trevor Schwecke's numbers, they don't jump out at you. But what he has given Al Padrique and why he is in the middle of the lineup, even though he's hitting 188, is because he gives him professional at-bats almost every time out. He came up with a couple of big spots last night, a big base hit, a big RBI last night on a sacrifice fly. He just gets the job done.
He's a pro's pro.
Absolutely correct. And that's exactly what that was. That was a very good at-bat to work the walk and keep the inning rolling.
So here's Baron Ratcliffe, making his first start since being placed on the 7-day IL April 13th. First pitch to him, swung on, hit in the air, out towards right side of the infield. In the foul territory goes Ascara. He'll make the catch as he slides to a knee.
Ooh.
And Rincones thought about tagging smartly because nobody was covering home, but then eventually gets back.
Yeah, Bailey Dees became a spectator and wasn't covering home plate. And fortunately, Jordan Groshans, the third baseman, started to come in, and that's why Rincones then put on the brakes. Otherwise, he may have made that trip, but Groshans obviously had a head start on him. But Bailey Dees was watching and not covering home plate, and it made Rincones think about it for a moment.
So here's Jim Haley, 2 outs in the first. Bases loaded, Fightin's up by 1. Pitch, takes it for a strike, it's 0-1. Fastball center cut at 92. Dees will throw that fastball in the mid-90s. Cutter, changeup, and slider. The arsenal for the 6'8", 252-pound righty, who is ready at the belt, fires home. Haley swings, hits a hard ground ball towards third. Stabbed by Groshans, a throw across, and Ben Rice held the bag. It's in time. That'll retire the side in the first. Reading, though, gets one run. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 3 are left on base. We'll go to the second. 1-0 Reading here on the Fightin' Phil's Radio Network.
The Seidel Auto Group deck is a great spot for all fans with a summer picnic life and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you might even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in the home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are $34 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
We go to the top of the second inning as the Fightin' Phillies are on top 1-0 over the Somerset Patriots. International Fireworks is the official sponsor of the Art Phillies fireworks shows during the 2024 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville. Bottom third of Raul Dominguez's lineup for the Patriots due up, starting with Elijah Dunham. They'll face Christian McGowan, who's back out for his second inning of work after throwing 28 pitches in the first. First pitch to Dunham is a couple of hops towards second, down to Anita smother it, and throw to first is Jose Rodriguez, out number 1. So after a long first inning, that's a welcome sight.
Yeah, it's no doubt just getting through that first inning and overcoming some problems for McGowan. First on his own with the walks and then the error by Haley at third base. But getting out of that inning is big spot. He got the strikeout on Escara and then the infield, the foul pop-up. So you sense a difference feeling maybe for McGowan now as he starts the second.
First pitch to Jared Wegner misses just inside for a ball, 1-0.
Sometimes just getting through that first inning could be a thing for a starting pitcher.
1-0 is swung on, slow roller, third base line. Haley fields, bare hands, throws to first. He got him. Jim Haley, an impressive play from third base for out number 2. That's certainly a great way to make up for an error in the first.
Absolutely right, Jake. Just everything that Haley could do on that play is what he did. He had one shot, barehanded, and throw it, because otherwise Wagner's beating that throw out, and Jim Haley played that absolutely perfect.
So 3 pitches so far for McGowan. Here's the 9-man Siegler as the righty works on the first base side of the rubber and deals. Just outside, 1-0. But I will say, body language-wise, looks a lot better. Also, just when he's throwing it, looks a lot more smooth in his delivery, not trying to overthrow. Here's the 1-0. Is in tight. 2 balls, no strikes to Anthony Siegler.
Yeah, he looked fine facing Spencer Jones, but at just some point in time, whatever happened on the bat with Augustine Ramirez, he just kind of lost his spots a little bit.
2-0 is over for a called strike, 2-1.
And then don't forget, there was that little jawing going on between Ramirez and McGowan, whether that kind of threw him off loop a little bit, got him out of his rhythm, just messed him with his mojo a little bit.
There's another strike, 2-2, so back-to-back sliders get over, and McGowan's a strike away from getting out of the second inning with no damage, and Siegler will ask for and be granted time by Chad Patterson, our home plate umpire.
Yeah, he's just trying to slow him down. That's as much as anything. I mean, a lot of batters have called the timeout with 2 strikes, but McGowan's finding himself in a rhythm right now, and he's just trying to slow him down.
2-2. Ground ball down the first base line, but it'll go foul. And I want to see who in the Arfield's bullpen tried to kick stop
Tried to
that.
make a kick save and obviously
totally missed it.
made the right choice to become a pitcher and not a goalie.
I think it was Tristan Garnett, so I'll go easy on him. Tristan's a great guy. Next pitch is swung on, bounced just foul. Tristan was swinging the weighted bat in the clubhouse yesterday. I'm like, you're trying to hit. And I think all pitchers say the same thing. I miss it. I miss hitting.
Uh-huh. I want to say all of them, but most of them.
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's right.
I miss hitting, pitching, fielding. That's why I'm up here. 2-2. Swung on, off the end of the bat towards right center field. Rincones and Lee Sang over, and Rincones tracks it down to the gap, and he'll make the catch to retire the side in the second. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Fightin's on top. It's 1-0.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
So it is the bottom half of the second inning. It is a 1-0 lead for the Fightin' Phils as William Simonite will dig on in against Bailey Dees. This bottom of the second inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, PA, just outside of Lebanon. So 8-9-1 due up for manager Al Patrique's lineup against Bailey Dees, who's back out for his second inning of work. The righty-on-righty matchup to start. First pitch from Dees is swung on and hit foul down the left field line just past the third base coach's box where manager Al Patrique holds ground. First base coach's box is developmental coach Carl Ellison. Here's the 0-1. Is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs to William Simonite. Gets to start a catcher today after Caleb Ricketts started there last night. Here's the 1-1, and it is down for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike here to William Simonite. Simonite, who is 0 for 3 of a strikeout his last time out last weekend. D's ready to belt, fires home. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to William Simonite. Simonite, who drove in a couple 6 days ago, last Thursday at Binghamton. Had a big double late in that game. That was the second game of doubleheader that the Fightin' Phils won. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip. In and out of the mid of the catcher, J.C. Escara. Like it may have nipped a piece of him as well. So Escara down holding his hand as home plate umpire Chad Patterson walks the baseball back out to the pitcher, Bailey Dees. Dees, like McGowan, had a long first inning. So he's looking to keep the pitch count down. He's up to 33. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Simonite foul tipped it back into the mid of J.C. Escara. And there's 1 out in the inning for the 9-hitter, Marcus Lee Sang, who's coming off a great night last night.
Number 6, Marcus Lee Sang.
Lee Sang last night was 2 for 4. Had a double, a homer, 4 RBI. Snapped himself out of a little bit of a dry spell. First pitch to Lee Sang is at the belt for a called strike. It's 0-1. So Marcus Overall, 154. Looking for a hot streak here as the 0-1 misses down. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcus Lee Sang. Hit 8th last night, 9th tonight. So it looks like Al Padrique likes Lee Sang to kind of be in the bottom of the lineup to turn it over. As the 1-1 misses down, 2 balls, 1 strike to Lee Sang. Does have a team-high 10 walks this season. So even when he's not hitting, still finding ways to get on base. Here's the 2-1. And that's inside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Marcus Lee Sang. Robert Moore, the leadoff man, awaits on deck for the Fightin' Phils. They hold a 1-0 lead in the top of the bottom of the second, that is. 3-1. Swung on and shot foul to the left side. Count goes full. It's 3-2. Those 4 RBI last night were both a season high and also the most Lee Sang has drove into the game in AA. 3-2. Swing and a foul tip back into the mitt of the catcher, Escara. So that's 2 straight strikeouts for Bailey Dees to start off this second inning. And that'll flip the lineup card back over to Robert Moore. So Moore digs in, 0 for 1 tonight. Popped out to the shortstop, Ben Cowles, in the bottom half of the first inning. Moore switch hitter. First pitch from Dees, way up towards the dome of Robert Moore. Had to duck out of the way of it. It's 1-0. Moore overall a .289 hitter this year. Has driven in 5 runs, including 3 on Sunday in the win at Binghamton. Next pitch, outside. It's 2-0 to Robert Moore. Moore, who's reached base in 11 straight games. One of 2 Fightin' Phils with on-base streaks north of 10 games. 2-0. Moore, big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball at 92 from Bailey Dees. Patriots wear their alternate navy blue uniforms that read Patriots across the chest in gray. 2-1. Moore takes upstairs. It's 3-1 to Robert Moore. Moore, who has struck out 4 times this year across 47 plate appearances. Here's the 3-1. That one is fouled straight back. The count goes full. It's 3-2. Just somebody who has a really good command of the strike zone and just good feel for the bat. Ranked as the Phillies' number 26 overall prospect. Came over in the Oliver Dunn trade this past offseason. 3-2 is down. Ball 4. Robert Moore works a walk. And it's a 2-out base runner for Jose Rodriguez, who hit the home run his last time up.
Robert Moore able to do that a couple of times last night as well, just working a walk. As you said, also a hitting streak end, but the on-base string continues for Robert Moore, just finding ways to get on base.
So Jose Rodriguez digs in from the right side. Homer on an 0-2 off-speed pitch back in the first. Moore takes off on the first pitch. Rodriguez swings, pops it up behind home plate. Escara gives it a look, but it goes about 8 rows deep behind home plate. And it's 0-1.
Great jump by Robert Moore, too. He did. Not only did he not know that Rodriguez swung at it, but I had no idea he made contact at it. He took the head first dive into second base, and a little bit slow to get back up. Fortunately for him, at least, it was a foul ball because he had no idea where the ball was.
No ball is 1 strike. Slightly open stance for Rodriguez. From the right side, Dees fires home. Moore takes off again. Rodriguez swings. Fly ball. Shallow, just behind the second base bag is Siegler. He'll make the catch. Shading his eyes from the sun, and that'll retire the side in the second. No runs, no hits. 1 left for the Fightin' Phils. We'll go to the third. Still 1-0 on the R Phils Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes for Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
We go to the top of the third. Fightin' Phil still on top. It's 1-0. Jake Starr, Bob McCool joining you here from FirstEnergy Stadium as the top of the Patriots lineup is due up. Fightin' Phil's want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting this season. Go Fightin' Phil's and drink more Pepsi. So Jones in from the left side. 1-0 ball game. Christian McGowan fires the first pitch. It's a strike. It's 0-1. So after throwing 28 pitches in the first inning, Christian McGowan responded with a 10-pitch top half of the second. 0-1 is swung on and hit foul by Jones to the left side. It's 0-2. Of course, this is the second time now through the order for Christian McGowan, as it's no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one just misses inside. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jones 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the first. And McGowan fires. Swung on and line foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jones on the left side, slightly open stance. Holds his hands low in front of his chest. The 1-2 is just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Jones. Spencer Jones, who has home runs in back-to-back games. First time in his career he's done that. Next pitch just misses outside. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So after working ahead early, Christian McGowan has seen the count work to 3 balls here. Here's pitch number 45 from McGowan. Swung on and fouled straight back. It stays full.
Healthy, got to say the least, for Spencer Jones. We saw his power last night. Put one up and either on the top roof of the Redner's Event Center or maybe even cleared it too far for us to really project exactly where that thing landed, but it was measured at 436 feet. A towering home run last night.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul again. You also wonder how many pitches Fightin' Phil's are going to have McGowan go today. He's up to 46. Went 66 and 3 2/3 last week. Bullpen quiet, 3-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Simonite steps to the infield grass, takes the inside throwing lane, and for the second straight at bat, it's a swinging strikeout, and then a 2-3 put out to retire Spencer Jones. And here comes Augustine Ramirez.
So he's looked good, has McGowan, against Spencer Jones. He's allowed Jones to foul off a number of pitches with the fastball that he's got in on his hands, and ultimately finished him off both times with that good slider to the back foot of the left-handed hitting Spencer Jones.
First pitch to Ramirez is inside, 1-0. And if you remember, Ramirez and McGowan appeared that there was something after Ramirez walked back in the first. 1-0. Swung on, ground ball towards third. Helia waits down on it, couple of steps throws across in time. Ramirez retired by a plenty. And 2 outs. That is 6 in a row retired by Christian McGowan. But here comes the ever so dangerous Ben Rice.
First baseman, Ben Rice.
You're going to get tested by this Somerset lineup. There's no doubt about it, especially the first 3 or 4 guys in the lineup, all of whom can hit. And so actually really even a little bit deeper than that, depending on what lineup Raul Dominguez is running out there for the Patriots, but you're going to get tested by this lineup. They're good hitters.
First pitch to Ben Rice just misses outside. So 1 ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting. Usual catcher plays first base today. 1-0 is down 2-0. We talked about it last week how there's just so many good hitting catchers on this Somerset team that Raul Dominguez is kind of challenged with figuring out what to do with them. Usually we'll see Esquera, Ramirez, Rice rotate between catcher, first base, DH. Next pitch to Rice actually hit him. So we'll get first base on the hit by pitch. 2-out base runner for Ben Cowles.
No question, and McGowan has consistently tried to establish those corners. And when he was having some control issues back in the first inning and he walked back-to-back batters, that's where he was missing. He was missing those corners. And again, trying to get the inside corner against Ben Rice, just misses it too far inside, and Rice could not get out of the way of it.
So 2 outs for Cowles. First pitch home is swung on a line towards left. In Schwecke, he dives, and they're going to say it hit the ground. Zdenek Zedek, our third base umpire, makes the call, and so that'll be a base hit for Ben Cowles. So back-to-back 2-out base runners now for J.C. Esquera.
Yeah, I thought from my angle, I thought it looked like he trapped. It looked like it seemed to me as if it bounced before it got to the glove. Great effort by Schwecke, but just looked like it bounced before it got to his glove.
So here's Esquera. There was a bit of a pause in the action. Now we're back in. So first and second, 2 outs, top of the third. 1-0 Fightin Phils. And that's down for a ball. It's 1-0. Esquera struck out looking his first time up back in the first. Bats from the left side. Infield back, shaded to the right. 1-0 is just outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Outfield, though, very much has Esquera played to go the other way. Schwecke almost towards the line and left. Lee Sang well in the left center field gap. And Rincones Jr. well in the right center gap. 2-0 is outside for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Should Esquera reach? Jordan Groshans awaits on deck. 2 gone. This will be pitch number 57 for Christian McGowan. Set at the belt. Checks the runner, the pitch. And that's over for a strike, 3-1. Gets a fastball over at 93. That was a guessing man. If he gets this last out, maybe one more inning for McGowan. Get 2 times through the order. Here's the 3-1. That's down ball 4. So after 2 quick outs, a hit by pitch, a single, and now walk. The third of the day for McGowan. Load the bases for Jordan Groshans.
It's very much been a series of runs so far from McGowan, and now Simon Knight's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. But a run of guys who got on base, back-to-back walks in the first inning, and then the error, and then a run of outs. Got the last 2 outs of the first, no problem in the second, gets the first 2 outs here in the third, and all of a sudden he runs into some problems. And as Jake said, it started with that hit by pitch, but now 3 straight base runners.
So here's Groshans, batting the exact same situation in the first. It was bases loaded, 2 outs, and he popped out to the catcher, Simon Knight. First pitch to Groshans, swung on, ground ball towards short. Moore's got it, flips the short way to second to Rodriguez, who touches the bag, and that retires the side in the third. So the putout goes 6-4. It's a fielder's choice. And in the inning, there were no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and for the second time today, bases are left loaded of Patriots. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Fightins on the Our Phillies Radio Network.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
The Reading Fightin Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Fightin Phils. This inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. 3-4-5 due up for the Fightin Phils against right-handed pitcher Bailey Dees, who's back out for inning number 3 of work. 48 pitches in total for the 4th-year pro out of Penn State, as Gabriel Rincones Jr., like we said, will lead things off. 1-0 ball game. Fightin's on top. I'm Jake Starr. He is Bob McCool. First pitch to Rincones is drilled in the air, out towards right. Blowing back is Dunham, and it is long gone. A patented long home run from Gabriel Rincones Jr., and the Fightin Phils take a 2-0 lead on his 4th of the year.
And that one on the steps leading up to the Redners Events Center. No doubt about it from Rincones. So what we've seen from Rincones in 2 at-bats today, single to left and a towering home run pulled to right.
First baseman, Carson.
And Rincones Jr. just sat back and watched it too. That ball was drilled. Take a look at the replay here. Was a pitch that had a little bit of run towards the outer part of the plate to it, but boy oh boy was it crushed. So here's Carson Taylor at the plate. And the first pitch to him is down for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Taylor. Carson Taylor 1 for 1. He singled earlier today. Pitch to him is down for a ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Carson Taylor, as we said, singled, having a terrific start to this season. Up to 395. Hopefully he qualifies eventually for Eastern League rankings. That's in for a strike 2 and 1. Bailey Dees comes. Set of the letters, the 2-1, and Taylor fans and misses. It's 2 and 2. Carson Taylor, 16 RBI. Ranks 1st in the Eastern League, 2nd across all AA. The leader has 20. 2-2. Swung on in a ground ball foul towards the first base coach's box, where Carl Ellison will field it off a carom off the Savage dugout suite. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carson Taylor. The pitch. And Taylor checked. Didn't go. On a pitch that was outside, it's 3 and 2. Still no stretching or really any movement in the Somerset bullpen. These at 55 pitches through 2+, 3-2. And that's down and in ball 4. So after a leadoff home run by Rincones, it is the third walk of the day, issued by Bailey Dees, and that'll bring Schwecke to the plate. So Trevor Schwecke digs in from the right side. No outs here in the third inning. As Taylor gets his lead. First pitch, Schwecke swings. I think he hit his bat twice, so it goes foul. And it's no balls, 1 strike. So Bailey Dees has given up 2 runs today, both on solo home runs. From the 2-hitter Jose Rodriguez in the first and the 3-hitter Gabriel Rincones Jr. in the third. Schwecke, the 5-hitter, even stands from the right side. And here's the pitch. Schwecke ground ball slowly hit towards second. Couple of hops. Siegler fielded chest high. Goes to short for one. Cows relay to first in time. And it's a 4-6-3 double play that cuts off Taylor. 2 outs in the inning for Baron Radcliffe.
Designated hitter, Baron Radcliffe.
Radcliffe, second at bat of the day, popped out to the catcher, J.C. Esquera. His first time up, making his return from the injured list. Activated yesterday, was placed on April the 13th. First pitch from Dees is taken for a strike. It's 0-1 to Radcliffe. Radcliffe and the Fightin' Phils are hoping to get going. We know he's got a powerful bat. We saw it a lot last year. 0-1 is swung on a ground ball foul. Off the facing of the Fightin' Phils dugout, it's 0-2. Radcliffe, no home runs, no RBI this season. But we know he can heat up in a hurry. 0-2, 2 outs here in the third. The pitch is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. D's the righty. Phone comes to the belt. Infield has Radcliffe shaded to go the right side. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Baron Radcliffe is down on strikes. And that will retire the side in the third. 1 run, though, on a hit. It was a Gabriel Rincones home run. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We'll go to the fourth. Fightin' Phils on top. It's 2-0.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Did you know that the blood that you donate at Miller Keystone Blood Center stays right here in your community? That's right, it goes to your area hospitals. So you might just be helping a family member, a friend, or a neighbor. Call Miller Keystone Blood Center, the only community blood center servicing your local hospitals. 1-800-BA-DONOR or go to giveapint.org. We're located at 1047 Old Burnville Road, just behind classic Harley-Davidson. Top of the fourth inning, 2-0 Fightin' Phils on top. And it's the bottom third of the Somerset lineup to the plate. And to take over on the play-by-play, it's Bob McCool.
All right, thank you, Jake. 2-0 Fightin's on top. A couple of solo home runs, one from Jose Rodriguez, one from Gabriel Rincones. That's where we stand. You're up to date, 2-0 as the Patriots come to the bat here in the top half of the fourth inning, facing Christian McGowan, the starter out there for his fourth inning. And with that, bullpen activity immediately for the Fightin' Phils. Zach Hockey up and begins to get loose in the Phils bullpen. So as Jake alluded to, probably the last inning for McGowan, as he'll face Elijah Dunham, Jared Wagner, and Anthony Siegler, 7, 8, and 9 in the Patriot lineup. Dunham grounded out to second base his first time up, and the first pitch from McGowan is over for a called strike. And big swing, no contact at the slider, and McGowan quickly had no balls and 2 strikes. McGowan, after that struggles in the first inning, really fell into a solid rhythm going into the second inning. Then a little bit of issue in the third, and starts this one with a pitch up high. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, mix predominantly of fastball and slider from McGowan. The change, a work in progress, to say the least, and comes with these fastball that misses low, and now it's 2-2.
If I had to guess, it's Dunham, Wagner, and Siegler. And if it gets back to the top, you have to think Hockey comes in for Spencer Jones.
Although he has struck out Spencer Jones twice.
That's a fair point.
Just saying. 2-2 pitch, fouled at the plate. Dunham, 25-year-old left-handed stick, number 16 prospect in the organization for the Yankees. Misses inside. It's now a full count.
A lot of longer counts we've seen so far today. Really outside of that second inning, it's been longer at-bats, longer innings for McGowan.
And he misses up high, and it's ball 4. So he quickly got ahead of Dunham and then loses him. So Dunham, a leadoff base runner. First time that the Patriots have had a leadoff base runner in this ball game. It's also the 4th walk surrendered by McGowan. And it brings up Jared Wagner, who grounded out to third base his last time up.
Well, I know McGowan probably take another one of those ground balls right here.
And that's over at the outside corner for a called strike.
Dunham.
Wagner, another Arkansas product. A lot of Arkansas products in this. Casey Martin and Robert Moore for the Fightins. Arkansas grads. As Wagner stands at the plate. Pickoff attempt. Gets him back. Wagner selected by the Yankees in the 2023 draft and the 9th round. Good size lead for Dunham at first. McGowan throws over.
That was a good job by McGowan because Dunham looked like he was trying to tally him up, but still looks like he's struggling to kind of get that down.
No balls and a strike to the batter, Jared Wagner. Big swing, no contact. It's 0-2.
But this is where, if you're McGowan, you got to put him away. You don't want to let this get to a 3-2 count like we've seen. Find a way to attack the hitter here. That's 68 pitches through 66 his last outing, so definitely getting towards probably his cap.
Tries to come with the slider, but misses it low, and it's 1-2. A lot of dancing off the first base bag by Elijah Dunham.
And I don't know if he's thinking of stealing. He only has 1 stolen base this year, or if it's more just try and get in McGowan's head.
McGowan takes a long look, comes 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Wagner is a strikeout victim. 4th strikeout for McGowan, first out here in the 4th. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Anthony Sigler, who flew out to right field his first time up. Sigler, the switch hitter, batting left against the right-hander McGowan. Again, Zach Hockey up in the Fightins bullpen. And the first pitch to Sigler, over for a called strike.
And that last slider was a really good put-away pitch by McGowan, because when he's controlling that slider, it can be, I think, a really good pitch for him.
Kind of a pitch out from Simon Knight. He didn't go all the way out, and Dunham didn't really take off. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Anthony Sigler. Sigler, a one-time #1 first-round draft pick of the Yankees back in 2018. Flies this one to left field. Trevor Schwecke has it caught without a problem. It's 2 down here in the 4th. And that will indeed bring up the top of the order, and Jake Starr was right.
I know. I could be a coach now.
I give you credit when you are. Doesn't happen a lot, but you are right this one.
Well, here's Al Patrique for McGowan, as we expected.
So the Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Well, it hasn't been made quite yet as Al gets to the mound.
Well, Hockey's standing there. He's ready to come in.
Nope. Al usually makes that motion.
Unless McGowan's pleading his case.
Nope, there it is.
Okay.
There's the call to the bullpen. And so it is indeed the end of the day for Christian McGowan with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. The Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. We'll tell you who's coming in and more about Zach Hockey when we get back after this.
Are you ready to embark on the adventure of retirement? Welcome to the Highlands at Wyomissing, where over 35 years of experience have perfected the art of senior living. Nestled on over 113 acres of serene landscape, our community offers a haven for active seniors seeking tranquility and excitement alike. Discover a lifestyle enriched with stunning amenities and engaging activities, all within the premier nonprofit life care community in Berks County. Bid farewell to home maintenance and embrace more quality time with loved ones as you enjoy a calendar brimming with thrilling events and trips. Experience the security, independence, and boundless opportunities that await you at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and unlock the possibilities of your retirement.
Visit the Brentwoods Industries Fightin' Phil's team store to stay repped all season long. Head to our store at FirstEnergy Stadium or online at artphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, jerseys, kids apparel, and much more. Looking for something new? Check out our brand new Pinstripe and Los Luchadores jerseys. Root for your Fightins in style and stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightin' team store or artphils.com/shop.
Zach Hockey, the new man on the mound for the Fightins. He inherits a two-out spot here in the fourth with a runner at first base. At the top of the order, Spencer Jones due up to face the right-hander.
5th appearance of the year for Hockey. No decisions yet, nor saves. A 4.70 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks across 7 2/3 innings pitched. And we talked about it. Obviously, you want Hockey to get this last hitter, then you probably want to try and get at least 2 more out of him and try and bridge this gap through the middle of the game.
So Spencer Jones, the leadoff man who struck out both times up. Runner takes off. Pitch there, and the throw down is in time. Elijah Dunham takes off, and thrown out by Simonite. So Hockey comes in, throws one pitch, and he's out of the inning. For the Patriots in the fourth, no runs, no hits, and ultimately no one left on base. To the bottom of the fourth we head. It remains 2-0 Fightins on top.
Are you ready to embark on the adventure of retirement? Welcome to the Highlands at Wyomissing, where over 35 years of experience have perfected the art of senior living. Nestled on over 113 acres of serene landscape, our community offers a haven for active seniors seeking tranquility and excitement alike. Discover a lifestyle enriched with stunning amenities and engaging activities, all within the premier nonprofit life care community in Berks County. Bid farewell to home maintenance and embrace more quality time with loved ones as you enjoy a calendar brimming with thrilling events and trips. Experience the security, independence, and boundless opportunities that await you at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and unlock the possibilities of your retirement.
Visit the Brentwoods Industries Fightin' Phil's team store to stay repped all season long. Head to our store at FirstEnergy Stadium or online at artphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, jerseys, kids apparel, and much more. Looking for something new? Check out our brand new Pinstripe and Los Luchadores jerseys. Root for your Fightins in style and stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightin' team store or artphils.com/shop.
We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning, 2-0 Fightins on top. And it will be Jim Haley, William Simonite, and Marcus Lee Sang, 7, 8, 9, due up in Al Padrique's lineup here for the Phils as they come to the plate.
And Reading, of course, has gotten those couple of home runs so far, but your pitching staff's done their job. Offense is getting guys on. Now it's about just bringing those guys home. And like last night, trying to get some runs as we move into the bullpen phase of this game.
Jim Haley grounded out his first time up. Swings at the first pitch, rolls it up the middle. Diving stop by Ben Cowles, gets up. He will not be able to throw out Haley. That'll be a base hit for Haley and a leadoff base runner for the Phils here in the fourth.
Well, in this edition of the Battle of Penn State Nittany Lions, Jim Haley reigns supreme. So 1-1 is our score so far in the Haley D's Penn State showdown.
So leadoff hit for Haley is the 5th hit of the ball game for the Fightins, and it'll bring up William Simonite, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. He swings at the first pitch and lines it in left field. That's going to be a base hit. Wagner over to cut it off, but not before it will allow both the runner at first base, Haley, to go all the way around to third. They've got Simonite hung up, but there's nobody there at first base, so he can eventually just cruise back there. He started and thought about going to second, but then put on the brakes. And so it'll be runners at the corners and nobody out for the Fightins here in the fourth.
Yeah, play must have been, almost said blown dead like in basketball, but I guess time was called, so I don't think he would have just been standing there regardless. But good piece of hitting from Simonite. Really stayed on top of that baseball and drove it down the line. And it's like that, your 7-8 get on for your hot 9, and then you flip things back over to the top. This is a perfect recipe to try and get some runs here.
Marcus Lee Sang, the hitter. 4 RBIs in last night's game. 2 on, nobody out here in the fourth for the 9-hole hitter, and the first pitch to him is low for a ball. Jim Haley, the runner at third. He's single. William Simonite also single at first. Here's a bunt attempt, and a throw to second is going to get Simonite out on the force out. Marcus Lee-Sang got that bunt up in the air a little bit, and it forces Simonite to hang on, and they ultimately get the force out at second base for out number 1.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a squeeze play on or if Lee-Sang, I think Lee-Sang may have just kind of thought to himself, I have some real estate there, let me try and get it, but just bunted it too hard off the bat and too much off the line, I think. If that's more up the line and slower, probably an infield hit, but just too much on it.
So Simonite retired and put Sang at first with runners at the corner now and 1 out in the top of the order, and Robert Moore at the plate. And the first pitch to him is just a bit outside for a ball. Lee-Sang does have good wheels, so they may try and put him in motion here, try and stay out of a potential double play. Patriots do have the infield back. As Moore fouls this one out of play, it's 1-1. I guess to be more specific, the middle infielders are back up on both at first and third. Of course, Ben Rice is holding Lee-Sang on at first base, so he's at the bag. And the third baseman, Groshans, at the infield cutout. 1-1 pitch, way up high, it's ball 2. Pickoff attempt, no problem for Marcus Lee-Sang to get back. 2 balls and 1 strike to Robert Moore, who's 0 for 1, walked his last time up. That's outside, it's 3-1.
Big hitters count for Moore, someone who we talked about has really good control of the strike zone and good back control, so big spot here.
And that's outside, ball 4. So Robert Moore again works a walk. 4th walk from Bailey Dees. And that'll bring Jose Rodriguez to the plate now with the bases loaded. Huge spot here for the Fightins to try to put some separation, and before any of that happens, Raul Dominguez is headed to the mound. Nobody up in the Somerset bullpen. So this is a visit. And maybe some strategy as well.
Yeah, some strategy. And this is not the part of the lineup that you want to walk the bases loaded against. That is for sure, with Rodriguez, who hit a home run earlier, and then Rincones and Taylor the next 2. Rincones and Taylor, who have combined the reach base 4 times and have 3 hits already today. And it looks like there is going to start to be some stretching and throwing in the Patriots bullpen as well. But for Robert Moore, 2 walks today, up to 8 on the season. Just 4 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts in 49 plate appearances. That's pretty good.
Carlos Gomez is the man who gets up in the Somerset bullpen. And when we say getting up, we mean just that. He just threw his first warm-up pitch now. So, again, nothing more than a conversation on the mound with Bailey Dees. This is his mess, and he's going to have to try to get out of this. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Jose Rodriguez, who had a solo home run his first time up, popped up in the infield his last time up, at the plate for Reading.
Infield's about halfway for Somerset.
Rodriguez way out in front of it, gets a bat on it, fouls it straight back.
Foul ball in Access Industries, safety net. Thank you, safety net.
Catches the outside corner, quickly gets ahead of Rodriguez, no balls and 2 strikes.
For what it's worth, though, the home run Rodriguez hit in the first. It did come on an 0-2 pitch. So certainly not out of this at-bat at all.
Beats that one foul. stays alive. Again, way out in front of the changeup.
Yeah, very defensive swing from Jose Rodriguez there.
Sun-splashed afternoon here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Pool open for the first time in 2024. And some kids enjoying the water as Rodriguez lifts this one up in the infield. Infield fly rule is called as Ben Rice, the first baseman, squeezes it for a big second out for the Patriots.
Pool is heated, 87 degrees. So even on a chilly-ish spring day like today at 66 degrees.
Yeah, but you got to get out of there eventually.
Oh, that is true.
But they're kids. They don't mind.
Well, I mean, people will use hot tubs, outdoor hot tubs in the winter.
True. All very true. Gabriel Rincones is the batter. Rincones 2 for 2 in the night. Single in the first and hit a solo home run his last time up. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Dees misses outside for a ball. It's a huge spot here for the Fightins. Had the first 2 men on in the inning. Right now it's bases loaded, 2 outs. And that one's there for a called strike. Fightins left them loaded in the first inning. They've left 4 on base in this game so far. That's low ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Rincones.
Rincones already a great day. A single, a homer, up to a 13-game on-base streak as well.
23-year-old left-handed batter, number 10 prospect in the Phillies organization. Trying to give his team some padding here in a 2-0 game. 2-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner and evens the count at 2-2.
That's a great spot with a sinker at 93 from Dees. And what could maybe be his last batter, as Gomez has been up and throwing now for a couple of minutes, so he's probably almost loose. This will be pitch number 80 from Dees.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rincones. This is inside, now the count's full. So runners will be off on the pitch. Jim Haley from third, Marcus Lee Sang from second, Robert Moore from first. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a huge strikeout for Bailey Dees. And so for the Fightins in the fourth, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they leave them loaded. 4 complete in baseball town. It's 2-0. Reading on top.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 9 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phillies.
We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Fightin Phillies would like to recognize Body Zone Sports and Wellness as the official workout facility of the Phillies. As the Fightins on top 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning. Had a spot to make it a little bit better, but they come up empty with the bases loaded. And so Zach Hockey back out to work now after coming in and throwing 1 pitch to get out of the inning. He really didn't do a whole lot. He just threw the pitch. William Simonite threw out Elijah Dunham trying to steal the base, and that ended the 4th inning for Somerset. So Spencer Jones, who was the batter, will be back out and lead it off for Somerset here in the 5th. Spencer Jones 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And swings and misses at the first pitch on the changeup by Zach Hockey. It gets him out in front of Spencer Jones. Hockey fastball and a change, and developed a cutter. Worked on that in spring training as he comes with a pitch that Jones lifts into shallow left field. Trevor Schwecke had some trouble judging it, but eventually comes down and makes a sliding catch on his knees for out number 1. Kind of a circular route for Trevor Schwecke, but he got there and he made the catch for out number 1. A very high sky with some wind blowing out to right field. And Schwecke fighting all of those elements to make the catch, and for out number 1, that'll bring up Augustine Ramirez. 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the first, grounded out to third in his 2 plate appearances. And the man who leads the Eastern League in home runs as he stands at the plate with 7, takes the first pitch for a ball from Zach Hockey. Hockey, 27-year-old right-hander, played his college baseball at the University of Kentucky. And Ramirez, healthy cut, fouls it straight back to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Signed by the Phillies in March of 2023. Originally drafted by the Kansas City Royals out of University of Kentucky. 1-1 pitch to Ramirez is up high for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Another healthy cut, and Ramirez comes up empty. He had one thought in mind, and that was to extend his lead in the home run race, because he has not been cheated in his 2 swings in this at bat. And now he's in a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Calls timeout before he settles back in. Hockey working from the stretch with nobody on base. Ramirez started and tried to stop and will not be able to do so. Not even an appeal down to the first base umpire. Home plate umpire Chad Patterson said, no, you went around, and he did. That's out number 2. And the first strikeout for Zach Hockey since coming on. 2 down here in the 5th. And Ben Rice will bat. Rice been on base twice. Walk and a hit by pitch. And the first pitch to him is a bit offline for a ball. Rice, 25-year-old, number 12 prospect in the Yankees organization. That one's way up high as Hockey misses wide, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Rice, I think, a surprise to a lot, coming out of Dartmouth, a 12th round pick of the Yankees, but he has kind of found his spot and fast-tracking his way now to a top prospect for New York. 2-0 pitch to him is on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Drafted in 2021 out of Dartmouth. Last year started the season in Hudson Valley, hit .341 in just 15 games, so he got promoted to Somerset. And in 48 games with the Patriots, hit 16 home runs and .327 as well. So they bring him back here for the start, anyhow, of this season. But scouts love his work with the bat. 2-2 pitch to him. Just misses. It's 3-2. Rice playing at first base in today's game. After catching in last night's game. Actually, for DHing in last night's game, as he fists this one up in the air and out of play. We mentioned this before, if you didn't hear it, maybe three of the 4 best hitters in this Patriot lineup. Augustine Ramirez, Ben Rice, and J.C. Escara are all catchers by trade. So Raul Dominguez, between DHing and playing at first base, gets all 3 of them in his lineup in both nights. Again, Rice started and stopped. They'll appeal. He did not go around. So Ben Rice again gets on base. 3rd time he's been on base with it. It's still no hits. 2 walks and hit by batter. He's a 2-out base runner here in the 5th.
Well, it can't hurt you when you're just walking him and putting him on base other ways. And hopefully 2 outs, walk, no harm, no foul.
That'll bring up Ben Cowles. He's been on base twice as well. Safe on an error and singled in his 2 plate appearances. Fouls the first pitch straight back. Rice, the runner at first. And again, Cowles swings away and fouls it out of play down the first base line. So Zach Hockey quickly ahead of Ben Cowles, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, top half of the 5th. Fightin's 2, Patriots nothing. In game 2 of this 6-game series that will conclude obviously on Sunday. Fireworks here at the ballpark on Friday and Saturday night, and a Philly Fanatic here on Sunday afternoon. No balls and 2 strikes to Ben Cowles. Up high, Simonite with a throwdown. No problem for Rice to dive back in safely. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the cleanup hitter. Misses outside. Now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So a couple moments ago, Tristan Garnett was just doing some stretching down there. So maybe Hockey 1 more inning after this, and then maybe Garnett's one of the first arms we see out of the bullpen.
Hockey about to throw his 20th pitch. And a little tapper right back to Zach Hockey on a bounce. He'll make the underhand toss to first, and that's no problem for the Patriots in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left to the bottom of the 5th. When we come back to Baseball Town, it remains 2-0, Fightin's on top.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bailey D's still out there for the Patriots. He's about to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Fightin's lineup. Carson Taylor, Trevor Schwecke, and Barron Radcliffe.
And of course, a little surprised when we saw D's come back out. He's at 81 pitches, and of course he's still there trying to stretch out to being a starter after only being a reliever in the first 3 seasons of his career. And that 81 pitches, got over 90 last week.
I saw Raul Dominguez pop out of the dugout, and I thought, well, this is weird. He's going to come out now, but he was just picking up a stray baseball. He's bounced right out of the dugout, and I thought, well, why did he send him out there if he's going to take him out? Automatic chain reaction. You see the manager pop out of the dugout, and you assume. Carson Taylor leading off, and the first pitch from Bailey Dees misses outside for a ball. Taylor on base again for the first 2 times in this game, singled and walked in 2 plate appearances. And that one's over for a called strike in the outside corner.
Taylor, who's been aboard twice today, had the single in the first, a walk in the 3rd.
Little tapper foul towards the Fightin's dugout. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor. Taylor at 378 when this game began with his 1-for-1 today. He's at 395. So you know what a base hit means here for Carson Taylor. Foul tipped in the glove, and it sticks in the glove for Oscara, and he's a strikeout victim here in the 5th.
First time Taylor has been retired tonight. 5th strikeout for Bailey Dees, who you got to think Somerset wants to get through this 5th before you go to the bullpen here. But I'm also sure any trouble, though, would spell Gomez into this game.
Yeah, he certainly is ready in the bullpen. Kind of takes a look back, sees what Dees is doing. If he's not coming out, then he'll make another pitch. Schwecke drives one into center field. Spencer Jones going back. He will not get it. 1 hop off the fence and bounces away from him. Schwecke around second, and he'll put on the brakes and hold up there.
Throw did miss the cutoff, so probably could have gotten the third, but smart by him, plays in front of you, so you know to stop there. But Schwecke has had some good swings as of late. That's his first double, first extra base hit of the season so far. And talk about the professionalism of Schwecke's plate appearances. Nice to see him really barrel one up there.
And not very well played by Spencer Jones in center field as well, and it made Schwecke think about maybe going for 3. But eventually makes the wise decision with 1 out. Now Baron Radcliffe at the plate. First pitch rolled on the right side. Siegler in right field, the second baseman, makes the stop, and that will get Radcliffe at first base. It does allow Schwecke to move up to third base, but now with 2 outs.
Well, in essence, does a job. Granted, there are 2 outs, but still pass ball, wild pitch. And we've seen some issues with that with Somerset last night, so you never know. So for Radcliffe, at least it's a productive at-bat.
And much better contact, obviously, for Barron as well after an infield pop-up and a strikeout. So has to feel a little bit better as now Jim Haley will bat. He had a base hit his last time up. Runner at third again for the Fightins. 2 outs as Haley comes up empty on the first swing. Grounded out to third and a single in 2 plate appearances. And the right-handed hitter settles in. That's on the outside corner, called strike 2. Fightins left the bases loaded in the first and again in the fourth. Runner at third base here and 2 outs. Swing and miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for Reading in the 5th. They leave another one 90 feet away in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, and that 1 man left on base, 5 complete. It remains 2-0, Reading on top.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 75 years of senior living. When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Giovanna's Pizzeria, Railroad House, Why I'm Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
We head to the top half of the 6th inning. Zach Hockey back to work for the Fightins. Christian McGowan started. McGowan going 3 2/3 innings. Hockey now back out there as we start the top half of the 6th inning. J.C. Escara, Jordan Groshans, and Elijah Dunham due up for the Patriots here in the 6th. Escara 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. And the first pitch to him is a bit high for a ball. A little cue shot foul. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Reading's bullpen, no one throwing right now. There is some stretching as it is Tristan Garnett, so looks like the goal will be to get him in for the 7th inning should Hockey get through this cleanly.
This one fouled straight back, and so now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one lifted into center field. Marcus Lee Sang drifts to his left and will make the catch without a problem. Straightaway center field for out number 1 in the 6th.
Yeah, it came up as a sinker at 94 from Hockey. Got it in on the hands of the lefty Escara, who just not really able to get a barrel on it, and it's a can of corn fly ball for Marcus Lee Sang in center.
Jordan Groshans now will bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. Groshans began the season at AAA Scranton. Sent 2 back down here to Somerset before this series began yesterday. And the 0-1 pitch to him is bit outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Groshans went 2 for 4 in last night's game. This one at the letters for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lined into center field and over the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Jose Rodriguez, for a base hit. So Groshans gets his 3rd hit as a Somerset Patriot, and that will bring up Elijah Dunham.
First hit for Somerset since the 3rd inning, just 2nd overall. Of course, a bunch of walks and hit batters sprinkled in throughout. Rodriguez timed it well, jumped in the right time, but ball was just a little bit too high for him to get up to.
So that brings up Elijah Dunham, who walked his last time up. First pitch lined into right field. Rincones going back, and he'll make the catch right at the warning track. And Groshans will have to scamper back to first base. Gabriel Rincones, we know of his arm, but he's covered a lot of ground on some fly balls in the gap today.
He's a really, really good first step. Good read off the bat, really good first step. We have a replay here on the video board, and really shows off the bat, it looked like, oh, that's right on the screws. That could be a double, but Rincones does a great job closing in those gaps pretty quickly.
And so that now leaves 2 outs here in the 6th, and Jared Wagner will bat. Wagner 0 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. It's like Mitch Noonborn with the warm-ups off in the Fightin's bullpen. Swing and a miss at the changeup as Wagner is way out in front of it, and now Hockey's way out in front of him. No balls and 2 strikes.
Thinking he's going to get dead red fastball, and Hockey drops a changeup in there.
Hockey 6'7", 27-year-old right-hander from the stretch with a runner at first. 0-2 pitch up high for a ball. Try to get him to chase a fastball up high. Wagner lays off. Now he misses outside. That's the cutter that the Phils have worked with Hockey in developing since the end of last season. Two balls and 2 strikes. Misses inside. So after getting ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, he goes fastball, cutter, and then changeup, and misses on all 3. And now it's 3-2.
And full count. Groshans will be off and running here as well.
And he misses outside. So a kick in the dirt from Zach Hockey after losing the 8-hole hitter Jared Wagner. After being ahead of it, no balls and 2 strikes. Second walks that Hockey has surrendered. Now 2 on and 2 out. And the 9-hole hitter, Anthony Siegler, at the plate.
And that's been really the only knock on Reading's pitching today is it held Somerset to 2 hits. Just a lot of free passes, 6 walks, a hit batter as well. It's really kind of been the one thing that's been uncharacteristic today.
So the tying run's on the plate now for the Patriots. And Siegler 0 for 2 on the night at the plate, takes the first pitch for a strike. Siegler flew out to left and flew out to right in 2 plate appearances so far. And a very dangerous Spencer Jones in the top of the order in the on-deck circle for Somerset if Siegler can get on board. That's outside. It's 1-1. Again, Mitch Noonborn warming up in the bullpen as Siegler fouls this one out of play. It's now 2 balls, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Siegler. Started and stopped, holds up his swing, and it's now 2-2. Zach Hockey trying to get himself out of a jam. Looked to be cruising along, gives up a single and a walk. Fouled at the plate. Stays 2-2. Fightins and Patriots back at it tomorrow night at 6:45. Same start time Friday and Saturday, and then 3:15 on a Sunday afternoon. 2-2 pitch. Just misses, count now full. So now with the count full, again, the runners will be off. And again, the tying runs on the base pass right now for Somerset in a 2-0 Reading lead here in the top half of the 6th inning. Hockey from the stretch. Misses up high, ball 4. So now Hockey has worked himself into a bases loaded jam, surrendering his 3rd walk, back-to-back hitter as he walks. And that's going to bring Phil Kandari to the pitcher's mound for a conversation. And Mitch Noonborn up and warming up in the bullpen. This could be an opportunity maybe to just give some more time to make sure Noonborn is good to go.
And we said Garnett was warming up along with Noonborn, at least stretching. And so Noonborn's the one who throws, so presumably if Hockey can't get Jones, we might see Noonborn come in. But if you're Hockey, like we said, it's been the walks. That's been the one Achilles heel tonight, and it hasn't affected the R-Phils yet. They've left 7 stranded on base, Somerset has, so keep playing with fire, though. Eventually it's going to burn you, so you hope that this is not the inning here. It does.
So the conversation now over at the pitcher's mound. Again, Phil Kandari coming out there. That's not going to be a pitching change. When there's a pitching change to be made, that comes from the skipper, Al Padrique. So this is nothing more than to say, look, still 2 outs on the board. You're 1 pitch from getting out of this, but now you've got Spencer Jones at the plate. Jones held in check so far tonight. A couple of strikeouts and out on a great diving catch by Trevor Schwecke in left field. And the first pitch to the left-hand hitting Spencer Jones is outside for a ball.
Yeah, and you asked maybe why do you not bring in a lefty here for Jones with Hockey a righty? Hockey reverse splits early on in the year. Lefties entering today 222 against him. Righties were 400.
1-0 pitch. Up high again. It's 2-0. So that quickly, Hockey was in command and all of a sudden has lost that. Walked the last 2 batters he's faced, and now 2 balls and no strikes to Spencer Jones. Adams there for a strike. It's 2-1.
That was a big pitch and a big spot for Hockey.
Took a lot off that fastball, as in 87 on the radar gun. So it's now 2-1 to Jones. Misses up high again. It's 3-1. So the frustration now in the body language of Zach Hockey, as he just can't quite find that spot, it would appear. Lifted into left field. Schwecke goes back, and he's got plenty of room, and now he has to come in a few steps and makes the catch for the 3rd and final out. So walking a tightrope, but Zach Hockey gets out of the jam for the Patriots in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, and they leave the bases loaded for the 3rd time in this ball game through 5.5. It's now 2-0 Reading on top.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Briganti Wines offers a great selection of wines in New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. Headquartered in South Jersey and sourced from Italy's Abruzzo region, Briganti Wines is ran by former Fightin Phil's great and big leaguer Mike Costanzo. They are committed to quality, authenticity, and sustainability, attracting a loyal following of customers. Get Briganti Wines at select local Acme stores. Visit brigantiwines.com to learn more.
We head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Reading Fightin Phil's walking through some raindrops on a sun-splashed afternoon as the Patriots have left the bases loaded on 3 separate occasions through 6 innings, and we'll head to the bottom half of the sixth inning in a 2-0 game in favor of the Phils and a pitching change for Somerset. Carlos Gomez has been warming up in the bullpen for Somerset over the course of the last couple innings, but ultimately Bailey Dees was able to get Somerset to this sixth inning. And so for the Phils here in the sixth, it'll be William Simonite, Marcus Lee Sang, and Robert Moore alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Simonite 1 for 2 on the night with a base hit his last time up. And the first pitch from Gomez right at the shoulder of William Simonite, and to duck his head down low to get out of the way of that. And kind of a look back at the umpire, a look back at the pitcher's mound, and now he'll step back in a 1 and no strike count. And that one hit him. So back-to-back pitches, one at his head and the other one hit him in his shoulder. So William Simonite is a base runner. That allows me an opportunity to welcome a guest into the broadcast booth, and a name that a lot of fans may remember from his days playing in Reading, a very familiar name to some. Bruce Dostal joins us. Bruce, first and foremost, thank you for taking some time. It's been a while since you were a player here in Reading, back in the 1991 and 92 season. When's the last time you have been back here to Baseball Town?
That was the last time, about 33 years
ago. Well, nothing looks any different than it did 20 years ago, does it?
I'll tell you, I'm amazed at what this place looks like. It's incredible. This is like a big league stadium.
It does. It is amazing the things that have changed in a year, much less in 22 years in your particular occasion, as Marcus Lee Sang now bats. And the first pitch to him is a ball. The second is up high for a ball 2. So your career path after baseball took you in what direction?
Started my own business in New Jersey, title agency. I've been doing that for probably about 25, 28 years.
2 balls and no strikes to Marcus Lee Sang. And this one lifted into left field. Going to be a long run for Jared Wagner into the foul line. He makes the catch, actually in fair territory. But Marcus Lee Sang is retired for out number 1 here in the sixth. So how much baseball are you following? And now in a world of a real working man.
Yeah, no, I do follow baseball. Not as much as I used to, of course, as when I played. But I am active still. My local high school that I graduated from in Montville, New Jersey, I'm a volunteer coach there. I've coached there for 25 years on and off. So I'm still involved in the game.
Robert Moore now bats for the Fightins with a man on first and 1 out. And a pitch up at the letters for a called strike 1 to Robert Moore, the switch hitter, facing right-handed pitcher Carlos Gomez, who took the place of Bailey Dees. Started and went the first 5 for Somerset. This one fouled straight back. What's your most vivid remembrance of your time in Baseball Town in 1991 and 1992?
Yeah, Reading was probably one of the most favorite place I've ever played in. I played 9 years of minor league baseball, and Reading, in my mind, was not only because it's from the Northeast, was one of the most favorite places I've had to play.
This one a slow roller towards second. They'll flip to second for 1. They'll not get the speedy Robert Moore on the double play, so he's safe at first base now with 2 outs. On the fielder's choice, it will bring up Jose Rodriguez.
Jose Rodriguez.
Rodriguez 1 for 3 on the night, solo home run to give the Fightins a 1-0 lead in the first. Gabriel Rincones matched that with the home run in the third. Did you get a chance to get a little bit of a tour of the brand new event center in right center field?
Yes, I did. It is absolutely amazing. And also the way they just blended in the old park with the new, just the whole feel of the ballpark. It feels natural. It feels like it belongs here.
It is an amazing thing that a brand new $45 million building can look like it's been here for 20, 25, 30 years.
Yep.
But they somehow or another have made that happen. 1-0 pitch to Rodriguez, started and stopped, and it's 2-0. But obviously the facilities in there are considerably different than what you experienced as a player here in Reading.
I told some of the players I was in the locker room with them, I'm like, they don't know how lucky they have it. If they can't hit 300 in this facility, I don't know who can.
2-0 pitch to Rodriguez is outside for a ball. It's 3-0. Well, you did in the facility. You hit 300, and you were an Eastern League All-Star. Was that, in your mind, maybe the finest of your career?
Yes, that was probably the best year I've had in my career was here in Reading, and that's why I have so many fond memories.
3-0 count to Rodriguez is over for a call strike. This place has always been known as a hitter's ballpark. Did you find it that way? I mean, obviously, you played in a lot of ballparks over your minor league career.
Yeah, it was. It was a good hitter's ballpark. And again, I was a leadoff hitter. I was a lefty. I was gap to gap. I was doubles, stolen bases. So there was a lot of room out here to hit for doubles.
3-0 pitch to Rodriguez, taken all the way, takes it up high for a ball. And Jose Rodriguez is a base runner for the second time. First walk surrendered by Gomez, although he has hit a batter. 2 on now and 2 outs for Gabriel Rincones. And with that, we're going to get a visit to the pitching mound by pitching coach Brett DeGagne to talk to Gomez as Rincones steps to the plate. Rincones 2 for 3 on the night, single the other way, and a home run off the steps leading up to the side of the Renders Event Center. One of a couple of different entrances to the event center. And a flight of stairs that's still a work in progress on the side. But the building is phenomenal. The clubhouse has been open. It's obviously the players who were here last year certainly know the difference of what the old clubhouse looked like and what the new clubhouse is. And yes. I don't know that anybody appreciated it more than Al Padrique. You can certainly appreciate a guy like Al Padrique. He'd been around the game for 40-plus years, managed at every level, AA, AAA, and in the major leagues, played in the major leagues as well. But just a great baseball guy.
Oh, yes.
Gabriel Rincones, the batter for the Fightins. 2 on, 2 out in a 2-0 game here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to him, a little bit low for a ball. Mitch Noonborn continues to loosen up in the Fightins bullpen. Assume that we'll see him in the 7th. Rincones' big cut comes up empty. It's 1-1. Well, the way the game is played certainly has changed a lot since you played. Are you a proponent of some of the analytical aspects of the way the game is played?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have found a spot. Back then I was a table setter, leadoff hitter. That aspect of the game seems to have dwindled.
One swing and a miss by Rincones. It's 1-2.
Although it seems to be making a surge. It's back. They're going back to the old way, small ball.
Yeah, a lot more of it with it seems odd to me that the pitch clock has kind of changed that, because the old school guys didn't want the pitch clock, but yet it brings back the leadoff hitter and a stolen base guy.
Yes.
So the old school comes back anyhow, despite some arguments with the pitch clock.
Yeah, absolutely. I was not a big fan of the pitch clock when it first came out, but now as a fan especially, I am a fan of it. It does speed up the pace of the game.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rincones. Fouls, stays alive. I can tell you as a broadcaster, I'm a big fan of it.
I'm sure you
There's
are.
a lot less 3-hour baseball games than there used to be.
You're getting out here before 11 o'clock at night.
Hopefully before 5 o'clock this afternoon on a 1 o'clock start, just saying.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Gabriel Rincones with 2 on and 2 out. Just misses. Everybody with a stare in. Carlos Gomez, the starting pitcher, and J.C. Escarra with a long hold of that pitch. Makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Rincones. So with 2 outs, both runners will be off on the pitch. It's inside, ball 4. Rincones works another walk, the 10th walk of the season now for Rincones. And he's on base for the 3rd time today. And again, the Fightins have the bases loaded. So the good news is the bases are loaded. The bad news is for Reading, the bases are loaded. They have left the bases loaded twice in this game already. Somerset's left them loaded 3 times in this game. Somebody's going to break this thing open.
Let's see if we can come up with a big two-out hit right here.
Well, Carson Taylor, who leads the team and the Eastern League in RBIs, stands at the plate and takes the first pitch for a called strike. Good wheels on the bases as well. Moore at third, Rodriguez at second, Rincones at first for the left-hand hitting Carson Taylor. Started and stopped and takes it outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Back through the box, knocked down by Gomez. He's got time, he'll make the throw, and the Fightins could not get that third run across. And so we finish 6 innings here in Baseball Town. It remains 2-0. Bruce Dostal, thank you for taking the time. Welcome back to Baseball Town. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, Bob. I tend to come back. Pleasure being here, and can't wait to come back and see another game.
Very much appreciated. We'll take a timeout on the Reading Fight Phil's radio network. It remains 2-0, Fightins on top.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
The Fightin' Phils thank White Star Travel and Tours for presenting the 2024 Fightin' Phils Fan Road Trip. This year's trip runs from July 26th to 29th and features stops to see the Fightin' Phils in New Hampshire, along with the chance to meet a player and coach. The trip also heads to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, a Red Sox-Yankees game at Fenway Park, and finally Citizens Bank Park to see the Phillies take on the New York Yankees.
The Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Will bring in a new pitcher for the Fightins. That new pitcher is right-hander Mitch Noonborn. We've been telling you for the last inning and change that he's been warming up in the bullpen, and now he's out here in what is his job to continue to try to protect this 2-0 lead. As the Patriots come to the plate here in the 7th, they'll bring up Augustine Ramirez, Ben Rice, and Ben Cowles. That's 2, 3, and 4 in the Patriot lineup, due up here in the 7th. First pitch swinging is Ramirez, lifts one into center field. Marcus Lee Sang calls off the right fielder. Rincones will make the catch in right center for out number 1 on 1 pitch from Noonmore.
First baseman,
Fightin' Phils, excited to bring you our Phils baseball live from the comfort of your home. Join us on the Fightin' Phils radio network on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or ourphils.com/radio. Ben Rice now bats. He's been on base all 3 times, even though he doesn't have a hit to show for it. Walked twice and hit by a pitch so far. The cleanup hitter for the Patriots, left-handed hitter, started and stopped, and they'll say he did indeed stop as they appeal to third base umpire Zdenek Zidek, who says no, he did not go around. So it's 1-0 to Ben Rice. And the 1-0 pitch misses inside. It's now 2-0. Rice 0 for 4 in yesterday's game, so still without a hit in this series. And now he misses 3-0. We'll see if they give Ben Rice, the cleanup hitter, a green light here. The 3-0 count. Doesn't matter, it's inside, ball 4. So Rice now a base runner for the 4th time.
Shortstop, Ben Cowles.
And he's faced 3 different pitchers, and all 3 of them have walked him 1 time. And that brings up Ben Cowles, who has 1 of 2 hits for Somerset in this ball game, a single back in the 3rd inning. The other a single by Jordan Groshans in the 6th, the 2 hits for Somerset This one up and in on Ben Cowles, and now all of a sudden 5 straight out of the zone from Mitch Noonborn. Started and stopped, but it hit his bat and fouls it off the backstop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Christian McGowan started. Zach Hockey relieved him. And now it's Mitch Noonborn starting here in the 7th. And this one gets away from Simonite. It's going to go all the way to the backstop. And that will allow Ben Rice to move up to second base.
That's big in the fact that it takes the double play out of order.
Noonborn, 26-year-old right-hander, born in Johannesburg, South Africa. Played for a couple of years in Australia, several years in Australia. Actually played for Australia in the World Baseball Classic a year ago. Misses again to Ben Cowles. It's now 3-1 to Cowles, with Rice at second base now and 1 out. The base is way up high. It's ball 4. So that quickly, it appears that Noonborn has lost his spot in terms of his release and has missed badly. I'll bring up J.C. Escara. So in a 2-0 game, you've just put the tying run on base on a couple of walks with 1 out. And J.C. Escara at the plate now for the Patriots.
The bullpen remains quiet for the Fightin' Phils. This is just the 4th appearance for Noonborn. Was better in his last 2, but walked 5 and gave up 5 earned runs at first appearance in Bowie. That's Saturday, that series, April 6.
And that one's in the dirt. Good block by Simonite. And that quickly, some activity in the Fightin's bullpen. Yuri Ramos gets up for Reading. Ramos just activated on the Fightin's roster before the beginning of this series. And that one just misses outside. It's 2-0. Swings at the pitch and lifts it down the first base line in foul territory. Long run ultimately falls out of play. Carson Taylor, the first baseman, Jose Rodriguez, the second baseman, both gave it a chase but ran out of room. And so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Interesting to see Escara swinging away at that pitch after the control problems for Noonborn. But now it's 2 balls and a strike. Taps it to Taylor on a hop, and it went through his glove and into right field. That's going to allow 1 run to score as Rice comes home and Cowles goes all the way around to third base. That's going to be an error on Taylor, and the first run comes across for Somerset.
Yeah, and error on Taylor, his second. I think it's kind of similar to what we saw with Jim Haley, where you're thinking about what you're doing with the baseball before you actually field it. I think Taylor is in his head, and maybe his body started to show it too, going to second base before he had it in his glove. So thought they may have had a play at the plate, but Rodriguez from the backup wasn't really able to field it cleanly either. So now here comes Phil Condary, and this is probably the last batter for Noonborn no matter what, but ground ball here would be huge to get out of this inning.
Jordan Groshans is the hitter. But again, a conversation to be had on the mound, and it could also be a bit of a stall to get Ramos a few more chances to get loosened up. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Started innocently enough after Augustine Ramirez hit a lazy fly ball to center field to start the inning. But then back-to-back walks, and what should have been at least out number 2 somewhere turns into an error on the first baseman Carson Taylor. A run across, and now the tying run is at third base, the go-ahead run at first, and Jordan Groshans at the plate.
Reading's left 11 on base today, Somerset 10. So there's been plenty of traffic. So really this game's been a matter of which team was going to make the other pay first.
Groshans takes one on the outside corner for a strike. Groshans 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Base hit up the middle. Again, right-hander Yuri Ramos warming up in the Fightin's bullpen. Runner takes off from first. They throw down, and he is out at second base.
I think you're going to say he probably slid over the bag.
It's going to have to be because the throw was on the opposite side, on the third base side of the bag, and no argument at all from J.C. Escara. So I think Jake is absolutely right that he came off the bag, slid over the bag, and a big out there for the Fightins. That's 2 down.
That is monumentous, honestly, for the trajectory this inning could have taken.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Groshans. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So now all of a sudden Noonborn sees himself in a position to get out of this, and he's 1 strike away from doing just that. Check swing. He started and stopped, but they say he did not go around and the pitch was inside. I think the Fightins thought the ball was a called strike, but it was not. It's 2-2. Runner at third, 2 down. Line into center field. Marcus Lee Sang is right there to make the catch for the third and final out. So the Patriots run themselves out of a maybe bigger inning in the 7th for Somerset. 1 run. They did it without a hit. There was 1 error and 1 man left. 7th inning stretch time in baseball town. It's 2-1. Fightins on top.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Welcome to Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands of Wyomissing, where every day is filled with purpose and connection. Our innovative approach, featuring the Hearthstone Institute's renowned I'm Still Here program, ensures that every resident living with Alzheimer's or dementia experiences a life worth living. With evidence-based techniques and personalized care, we focus on meaningful engagement to reduce common symptoms like agitation and anxiety. Join us in celebrating the person behind the memory loss with activities tailored to their unique interests and abilities. Discover the difference with Aspire Memory Support at the Highlands at Wyomissing. Call us today and embrace a renewed sense of purpose for your loved one.
Bottom half of the 7th inning brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Fightins 2, Patriots 1. As the Fightins come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trevor Schwecke, Baron Radcliffe, Jim Haley due up for Reading here in the 7th. Fightins got solo home runs from Jose Rodriguez in the 1st and from Gabriel Rincones in the 3rd for their 2 runs. 2 runs on 7 hits for Reading, 1 run on 2 hits for Somerset. Schwecke with 1 of those hits, with a double his last time up, his first extra base hit of the season. Swings at the first pitch from Carlos Gomez. Comes up empty, a little bit late on the fastball. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 on the day for Schwecke. He also walked 1 time up. Here's a slow roller on the right side of the shortstop, Ben Coles. Long throw is dug out nicely by Ben Rice at first base for out number 1 here in the 7th. That'll bring up Baron Radcliffe. Radcliffe popped up to the catcher in foul territory, struck out, and grounded out to second base in 3 plate appearances to date. Radcliffe just activated off the 7-day disabled list before the game started, or before the series started, I should say, and he takes the first pitch over for a called strike. 25-year-old. Takes one outside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Barron's had a tough time staying healthy over the course of his time here in Reading. Hurt the shoulder last year. Hamstring issue put him on the disabled list a couple of weeks ago. 1-1. Holds off. It's 2-1. No mistaking the power in the bat of Barron Radcliffe. He can get the timing back. Had 11 home runs a season ago despite the short season. And that's over for a called strike. It's 2-2. Just misses the long hold of the pitch by the catcher J.C. Escara. But home plate umpire Chad Patterson says it misses, and it's 3-2. Tap foul. Radcliffe stays alive as he bounces it off the facing of the Savage 61 dugout suite. And that's misses ball 4. So Barron Radcliffe a base runner with 1 out here in the 7th. Second walk surrendered by Gomez since coming on in the 6th inning.
Third baseman Jim Haley.
And here comes Raul Dominguez, and let's see if we get a point to the bullpen.
No signal yet. Nope, there was a signal because the call has been made. And so we'll take a timeout on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. And when we come back, we'll tell you who is that Alvernia University Golden Ghouls call to the bullpen.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays are presented by Cathay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, and the American Diner. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
And so the Alvernia University Golden Ghouls call the bullpen. Will bring in right-hander Jack Neely for the Somerset Patriots. He'll inherit a 1-out base runner on first base situation. Barron Radcliffe drawing a walk that brings the end of the day for Carlos Gomez. So Neely making his first appearance in this series.
6 overall this year, 7 innings pitched, has yet to allow an earned run. 2 for 2 in save situations. Also 3 hits, 1 unearned run, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. So one of their better arms, but obviously down by 1, you're just trying to keep the deficit at 1. So you're going to go to Neely here to get you some big outs here.
Jim Haley will bat. Haley 1 for 3 on the night with a single and back in the 4th inning. Up and in, spins him off the plate.
And there's been a lot of up and in. I mean, the Simon Knight at bat. And look, not saying nothing is I doubt anything is intentional, but obviously when there's a lot of guys getting up and in, there's going to be some people who get upset in a dugout.
So 1-0 to Haley, and this one off his fist, he fouls it straight back. Bounces around off the facing of the roof over our head. Back down to the bleachers.
A couple inches lower, that might be going in our neighboring broadcast booth.
So it's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Haley. Again, Barron Radcliffe, the runner at first base, and a 2-1 Fightin's lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Lined into center field, that's a base hit. Radcliffe will go station to station. He'll move up to second base as Jim Haley gets his second hit of the ball game. Hit number 8 for Reading. 2 on, 1 out.
I think Jim Haley is a guy like Trevor Schwecke, an older veteran who's been around the block, who just has professional at-bats. And we've seen from both of them really throughout the season, especially as of late, they've been able to put good swings on balls.
So that'll bring up William Simonite. As Jake said, hit by a pitch his last time up. So he's been on base twice in 3 plate appearances tonight. Had a base hit back in that 4th inning. Had to feel good for Simonite. Just his 3rd hit on the season. 2 on, 1 out. And 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike. Simonite, another of the veterans on this Reading roster, 27-year-old, originally drafted by the Oakland A's. Actually, you shouldn't say drafted. He went undrafted and signed by the A's. Out of Wake Forest, and a balk is called. So a balk is called on Neely, and that moves 2 runners into scoring a little bit further and closer into better scoring position. Radcliffe to 3rd, Haley to 2nd with still only 1 out. So now a change of a scenario for Simonite. His job now is to try to hit the ball out in the outfield as the infield will come up to try to cut off another run. And he does that as he lifts this one into straightaway left field. Jared Wagner, plenty of room. Radcliffe is tagging. Catch is made, and the throw will be on a hop way too late, and a sacrifice fly RBI, and the Fightins make it 3-1.
Well, you need an insurance run. Simonite, who's swinging a good bat today, did exactly stick it in the air. I mean, you can't hit it much more in the air than that one was.
Center fielder,
So that's 2 down. Jim Haley stays at 2nd for Marcus Lee Sang. First pitch to him is over for a called strike. Tap foul behind the plate. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Lee Sang. Marcus 0 for 3 on the day after his big night last night, where he went 2 for 4, double, home run, and 4 RBIs. Swing and miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Phils into 7th. But a run comes across. They do it on a hit. They leave a man. 7 complete in Baseball Town. It's now Reading 3, Somerset 1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage Auto Group Fiesta Fridays are presented by Cathay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, and the American Diner. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
Reading Fightin' Phils 3, Somerset Patriots 1. We head to the top of the 8th inning, and to take us home for the victory, my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Speaking into existence, Bob, it's a 3-1 lead for the Fightin' Phils. Yuri Ramos is the new pitcher in for Reading, making just his 2nd appearance of the year. That comes after Mitch Newborn goes an inning, gives up no hits, a run that was unearned. He walked a couple and had no strikeouts. So Reading is 6 outs away from picking up their third straight victory, and from taking the 2nd game of this 6-game set with the Somerset Patriots. 79 up against Yuri Ramos, who, as we said, is making a 2nd appearance with the Fightin' Phils so far, as it's Elijah Dunham who's 0 for 2 with a walk today. First pitch home. Dunham swings, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Ramos, the fourth pitch of the day for the Fightin' Phils. We'll see if they try to ask him for a 6-out save, or maybe there's another arm waiting. There is some stretching and band work going on in the bullpen. Next pitch is up for a ball, 1 strike. Once again, I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by Bob McCool on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon business person special. 1-1 is cut on a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Elijah Dunham. Ramos will come set right at the letters. Righty on lefty, the 1-2 is down for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So no outs here in the top of the 8th. Ramos fires the 2-2, swung on, fouled back. It stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last time up, Dunham flew out the right. Next pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Four-seam fastball that's buried, and it's cut on over by Yuri Ramos. 1 out in the 8th. That'll bring Jared Wagner to the plate for the Somerset Patriots. Yuri Ramos pitched on Sunday in the final game of the Binghamton series, went an inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. He's also credited with the win. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Reading, one of a couple day games across the Eastern League today. Altoona also played at 11 a.m. this morning, so that game's wrapped up. Next pitch is over for a strike. It's 0-2. Wagner 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out. He struck it out. Did walk back in the 6th as he steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance. Ramos, the 0-2. Line drive towards short, diving's more. It's under his glove and in the left field for a base hit. Just the 3rd hit of the day for the Patriots. Off the bat of Jared Wagner, and that'll bring Anthony Siegler to the plate. At Chick-fil-A, serving quality food has been our priority since day one. Chicken is at the center of the menu, but the options at Chick-fil-A are both plentiful and delicious. From chicken sandwiches to nuggets to the original waffle fries, Chick-fil-A has menu options for everyone. 3 Berks County locations, Broadcasting Square and Wyomissing, 5th Street Highway in Reading, and Exeter Commons in Exeter. Chick-fil-A is a proud 2024 Fightin' Phil's team feed partner. Pitch over is a strike to Siegler. It's 0-1. Ramos, who the Phillies signed on April the 5th, joined the Reading roster on the 20th. That was last Saturday when he was signed to the Phillies from the Player Development Complex in Clearwater. 0-1, outside with a fastball. It's 1-1. Ramos, who began the year with the Nimori Giants in Japan's, coincidentally enough, their Eastern League, in a couple of appearances for Japan, and that's outside 2-1. 1 inning each, had 4 strikeouts. First time in affiliated ball since the 2022 season for Yuri Ramos. Someone who's just really excited for the opportunity to be back in affiliated ball, be here in Reading. He'll throw over prior to the 2-1, and it's not in time as Wagner's back in. Pair of stolen bases this year for Jared Wagner, as Siegler awaits from the left side. Ramos fires, and that's just beneath the knees. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ramos pitched last year for Cerraperos de Saltillo in the Mexican League. Signed as a free agent there back on May the 2nd and made 41 appearances, all in relief. 3-1. Swung on, line drive, right center field gap. It's falling up the alley for a base hit. It'll roll to the wall. Heading towards third is Wagner. He'll get the stop sign there, but he runs right through that, and there will be no throw home. And it's a RBI double by Anthony Siegler to score Wagner. And that makes it a 3-2 ball game, thus making that insurance run that much more significant.
Yeah, that one is gapped right off the bat of Siegler. As Marcus Lee Sang playing the left-hander into left center field, and he hit that one into the right center field gap, and absolutely no shot for anybody, and a pretty easy ball for Wagner to judge. And so he scores all the way from first base, and now you've got the dangerous Spencer Jones at the plate.
So, top of the lineup, dangerous situation here, and Simonite will call time and go out and make sure he's on the same page as his pitcher, Ramos. Spencer Jones, though, has been quiet tonight, but you don't want to awake a giant. He's 0 for 4. First 2 at-bats he struck out. Next 2 at-bats he flew out the left. He's in from the left side. It's 1 out, top of the 8th. 3-2, Reading on top. Anthony Siegler gets the leadoff second. Ramos peers back at him, fires home. First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. In the Mexican League, Ramos went 6-1, a 3.71 ERA. Across 43 2/3 innings pitched. He'll peer home. Rest the mitt on his left leg as the righty toes the first base side of the rubber. He'll check back at the runner, Siegler at second, and time is called, and that's going to be a pitch clock violation. Well, now Zdenek Zidek's going to come in. Al Padrique is going to come out.
Question, I guess, is whether or not time had been called.
It looks like they're going to wave it off. So maybe the clock just started early, and I think now Zdenek Zidek will explain that to Raul Dominguez. So no balls, 1 strike. The count remains. Siegler off second, 1 out, top 8. Fightin's by 1. The pitch. That's down. 1 ball, 1 strike to Spencer Jones. Jones in a big spot here. 3 for 4 this year in scoring position situations. The next pitch is down. It's blocked nicely by Simonite. 2-1. Somerset of the team hitting .260 this year. 6 home runs, 53 RBI when there are runners in scoring position. And in this case, it's with 1 out, top 8. Ramos peers home, gets the sign. Righty set just beneath the letters, the 2-1. Swung on, ground ball softly towards third. Haley charges, palms it with his glove, goes to first, it's in time. And another nice play by Jim Haley on the left side. Siegler does move to third, but it's a big second out for Augustine Ramirez.
That is a huge out and a fine play by Haley because he knows he's got to hurry. Spencer Jones is a big guy, but he does run well, and he's batting out of the left-hand spot of the batter's box, so he's going to get a head jump on it. So Haley had to make that play cleanly, and he did everything he needed to do to get that big second out.
2 outs, runner on third. That's the tying run. First pitch, swung on, fly ball right field. Rincones goes back at the edge of the track. In front of the wall is where he parks and makes the catch, and that will retire the side in the 8th. 1 run in the inning for Somerset on 2 hits. There were no errors. They leave another man on base. It's 3-2 Reading. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. They're looking for some insurance after this on the R Phillies Radio Network.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
to the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order due up for the Fightin' Phils as Jack Neely returns for his second inning of work. Once again, I'm Jake Starr. Thank you for joining myself along with Bob McCool, of course, all day long here on the Fightin' Phils Broadcast Network. Game 2 of a 3-game set between Reading and Somerset. Last night the Fightin' Phils took on the Mets AA affiliate, and today it is the Yankees AA affiliate. Some more will dig in. He's up for the 4th time today. Reading leads 3-2, bottom 8. First pitch home is up tight. 1 ball, no strikes to Robert Moore. Moore, who's walked a couple of times. He's opted out the shortstop, also grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up in the 6th. Pitch from Neely is in tight, 2-0 to Moore. Neely in for Gomez, who went an inning and a third, 1 run, no hits. 3 walks, no strikeouts. As Neely comes set at the letters, here's the pitch. Moore swings, in on the hands, it's out of play, foul, 2-1. As Neely set at the letters, the pitch. That is in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Robert Moore held hitless last night, snapped his 9-game hit streak. He's hitless again today, but he has a couple of walks. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose Rodriguez awaits on deck. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air, down the left field line, slicing. Over is Groshans and Wagner, and it'll fall right along the line for a base hit and trickle towards the Patriots bullpen. And that is a leadoff double, unconventionally, but it's a leadoff double for Robert Moore, and that'll bring Jose Rodriguez to the plate.
Second baseman, Jose Rodriguez.
Jose Rodriguez got the scoring started tonight for the Fightin' Phils. Hit a solo home run back in the 1st inning. And he bats here with the man on second base and no outs. Neely, he's set at the letters. Here's the pitch. Is in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Reading has stranded 12 today. Both teams have stranded a boatload of runners. 24 combined men left on base between Reading and Somerset today. 1-0, Moore takes off, pitches outside, throw to third is not in time. Was a bit high, Moore gets in under the tag from Groshans. It's a stolen base for Robert Moore, number 5 on the season. And run number 4 for Reading is 90 feet away. So now here in the bottom of the 8th, Somerset forced to bring the infield up. As Neely comes set at the letters. 2-0. And Rodriguez hits one in the air, out towards center. Back goes Jones, he's there, he'll make the catch. Moore tags up, makes it 4-2. Fightin' Phils extend their lead. RBI number 2 today, number 7 on the season for Jose Rodriguez, and he gets the job done. It's 4-2. I know we were talking about the runners left on base. It will be a new season high for Reading and also for their opposition. Both marks were at 11. Today they sit at 12. First pitch to Rinkonich. Tried to check his swing on a pitch low, though appealed to third where Zdenek Zedek says he went. Rinkonich continues his hot streak. 13 games in a row he's reached. He has a single and a home run so far this afternoon. Home run was a moonshot. 0-1. Swung on down the left field line. It'll slice out of play foul. It's 0-2. Jack Neely, 6'8", 245. Lots of tall pitchers on this Somerset team. Ryan Anderson, 6'6", Tanner Myatt, 6'7", Neely, 6'8". Dees is tall, too. Pitch to Rinkonich is down 1-2. Probably could form a pretty good basketball team. This Somerset team could. As it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Neely ready, fires home. It's down 2-2. Tommy McCollum is loose in the Fightin Phil's bullpen, so it appears that the big righty will get the ninth. Looks like him and Lazar are kind of settling into the early season closer spot. Lazar had a 4-out save last night, unavailable today. 2-2. Rinconis, a big swing and a miss on a slider outside, and he's down on strike. Second strikeout for Jack Neely. 8th for Somerset pitching so far this afternoon. Taylor digs in from the left side. 2 outs in the bottom half of the 8th inning. First pitch, down for a ball. It's 1-0. McCollum, who had a save on Sunday in the victory over the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Reading, if they win today, it'll be 3 in a row. It'll be 5 out of their last 6 games that they won. And before that was a 6-game losing streak. So tides have really turned. 1-0 up for a ball, 2-0. And really the turning point of it all was Game 2 of the doubleheader at Binghamton last Thursday. Reading was down 4-1 in the top of the 7th, de facto 9th inning, with it being a doubleheader. 2-0, outside 3-0, and they scored 3 in the 7th to tie it, and then 3 more in the 8th to take the lead. So a game that, really Binghamton at that time controlled wire to wire. Next pitch is fouled straight back by Carson Taylor. It's 3-1. That comeback really kind of has propelled a bit of a hot streak for this Reading team. If they win today, they'll move to just 1 game under 500. 3-1, upstairs, ball 4. Taylor walks for the second time today. And it's the first walk issued by Jack Neely. And that'll bring Trevor Schwecke to the plate.
Left fielder Trevor Schwecke.
And now we're going to get a mound visit here from Brett DeGagne, the pitching coach for this Somerset team. So DeGagne out to talk with Jack Neely ahead of this at bat from Trevor Schwecke. Schwecke, who is 1 for 3 today, had his first extra base hit of the season, a double back in the 5th. Game that looks like it's going to pretty much creep up on 3 hours. We're at about 2:35 right now on this Wednesday afternoon business person special. It's a 1 o'clock first pitch here. One of 4 weekday day games this season from FirstEnergy Stadium. The 2 Tuesday home games in May are Education Days at 11 a.m. and also an 11 a.m. start in late July for our morning game and camp game. First pitch to Schwecke, runner takes off, it's down, and Mascara will have no throw as it pops out of his mitt. So that should be a stolen base for Carson Taylor. Marks his first of the year. One ball, no strikes to Trevor Schwecke. 1 for 3, a run scored and an RBI. Couple of strikeouts last night. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Reading a 2-run lead for presumably Tommy McCollum. But like last night in the 8th, they'd love to add some insurance runs for him. Pitch, swing and a miss. They'll throw behind the runner at second. He's back in time. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trevor Schwecke. Two outs in the inning, 4-2. Reading on top. Bottom of the 8th. The pitch. That's down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schwecke entered today a 200 hitter with runners in scoring position. Even stance from the right side, feet just on that inside white chalk of the right-handed batter's box. Infield has him to go to the left side. Here's the 2-2, and it's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Should Schwecke reach, Baron Radcliffe awaits on deck. Neely fires. Schwecke swung on, ground ball towards shortstop. Backhand to the hole by Cowles. His throw to first is on a hop and not in time. And that'll be an infield single for Trevor Schwecke. So his second hit today, 3rd time aboard. And that'll bring Baron Radcliffe to the plate.
Designated hitter, Baron Radcliffe.
Radcliffe will dig on in from the left side. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Reading 1 in the inning already. It's 4-2. First pitch to Radcliffe on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Runners get their leads off the corners. Neely deals. Radcliffe takes. Started and stopped, but held up. 1 ball, 1 strike on a pitch that was down. Radcliffe 0 for 3 today. Did walk and score in the 7th. Next pitch is swung on and grounded up the third baseline foul, where it's scooped by Jordan Groshans, the third baseman for this Somerset team. Somerset, who split last week at home and in danger of dropping the first 2 of this 6-game series. Here's the 1-2. Radcliffe swings and fouls it off his right foot. And it rolls to the first base coach, Carl Ellison. So Radcliffe will take a couple of extra seconds to walk that one off. Just activated off the injured list yesterday, 10 days after being put on, back on April the 13th. And he digs back in from the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 8, the pitch. That's down. Nice block by the catcher, Escara, to keep the runners at their marks, especially with Carson Taylor on third. Two-two our count as Neely comes set at the letters. Here's the pitch. Swung on and dribbled foul right into the Arfield's dugout. Ducking were a couple of coaches down there. And we'll do it again at 2-2 to Radcliffe. Did not play last week as he was on the injured list. The 2-2 is just outside, 3-2. Escara tried to hold it for a couple of extra seconds for the home plate umpire. So counts full, meaning that Schwecke from first will be off and running. Here's the pitch. Radcliffe swings, hits it in the air, left side, foul territory. Groshans will chase it, but it'll go into the 67 club on the third base side, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Neely also up to 42 pitches tonight. And Schwecke just pretty much just took second base all by himself. And Radcliffe now swings and grounds it foul. So Schwecke is now asking Zdenek Zedek, does he get to stay at second? And it appears that he does. So that'll be a, well, now they're going to talk it out as Raul Dominguez comes out. Because Schwecke started the run really before Neely lifted his leg. So it's been an interesting situation here. They're going to say he had second base taken. Now Zdenek Zedek explaining it. So it looks like it'll be a stolen base for Trevor Schwecke. That's one you don't see every day. Had second base stolen before the pitch even started. So even though it was fouled off, he still gets second base. 3-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. Radcliffe chases after a slider in the dirt. and that will retire the side in the 8th. Reading does get 1 run. They do it on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 left on base. 4-2, Reading on top. It's winning time for the Fightin' Phils. Back of the 9th after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Star City Boxing, located at 1340 Center Avenue Rear in Reading, is a 501c3 nonprofit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is to not only help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. Visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2024 Our Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
We go to the top of the 9th. And tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium is 3,304. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting today's attendance. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. 4-2, Fightin' Phils on top. Tommy McCullum, the new pitcher in for Reading, making his 6th appearance, 1-1 record. Does have a save in 1 opportunity. A 1.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Second straight save situation for him. Picked it up last Sunday against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. And we'll get 3, 4, 5 of the Somerset lineup, starting with Ben Rice. First pitch is a strike, it's 0-1. Ben Rice has been aboard 4 times, has not registered an at-bat. 3 walks, a hit by pitch. He's also scored a run in the 7th. 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, second base. Waiting back on it, Rodriguez throws the first in time, 1 gone in the 9th. So that'll bring Ben Cowles to the plate as the Patriots are down to their final 2 outs. Once again, I'm Jake Starve and joined by Bob McCool on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Still 4 games left in this 6-game set. Thursday through Sunday, Patriots remain in town. First pitch to Cowles is at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Tuesday through Saturday, 6:45 start. Sunday, 3:15 first pitch. Finish off the series, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. McCullum blows a 494. Pass Cowles upstairs. Ben Cowles is 1 for 3 today. He's reached 3 times, though. A single, an error, and a walk his last time up in the 7th. The 0-2. Swung on, just gets a piece of it, and fouls it straight back. It stays 0-2. It's been 4 straight scoreless appearances for Tommy McCullum. Good for his last 5 innings. Suffered a loss in the Sunday finale at Bowie, but has been locked down ever since. The 0-2, down and in, it's 1-2. McCullum, a 24-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia. Played his college ball at D2 Wingate. 1-2. Curveball, and it's swung on and fouled straight back off the net. Stays a ball and 2 strikes. Even stance in the right-handed batter's box for Ben Cowles. Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on, hit in the air well towards center. Lee Sang goes back at the edge of the track, fields to the wall, and it's gone. Just gets over the wall and right off the facing of the event center, then gets lodged on the veranda, and it's a solo home run for Ben Cowles, and that makes it a 4-3 ball game. So that snaps the scoreless drought for
Catcher J.C. Escara.
Tommy McCollum that lasted 5 1/3. Ball was 363 feet, 100 miles per hour off the bat. And now it's 4-3 for J.C. Escara. First pitch to him, swung on, hit in the air, foul left side. It's 0-1. McCollum, though, still can get the save. Reading still can get the win. The insurance runs that Reading got in the 7th and 8th are proving to loom very large right now. 0-1. Breaking pitch, in for a strike. It's 0-2. Escara's 0 for 3. Did walk in the 3rd, reached on an error by Carson Taylor in the 7th. The pitch. That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, top 9. Fightin's up 4-3. The pitch from McCollum. Tried to check his swing. They'll check the thirds. Then Zedek, the crew chief, will say Escara did not go. So 2-2 now. McCollum set at the belt, deals home. Swung on, popped up, shallow left. Out Haley, along with Moore, in Schwecke, and the left fielder makes the call on the catch. And there's out number 2. That'll bring Jordan Groshans up, represents the last chance for Somerset on this Wednesday afternoon. Groshans will dig in from the right side. He's 1 for 4 this afternoon, singled in the 6th. That's been it. As the Patriots trail by 1. First pitch from McCollum. It's down 1-0. Slightly open stance from the right side for Groshans. McCollum ready, fires home. The 1-0 is a strike, gets 1-1. Fastball at 96. McCollum dialed it up a little bit right there. It's a ball and a strike. 2 outs, top 9, 4-3 Reading, base is clear. The pitch. And that one just misses inside. A cutter at 85. It's 2-1. As you can hear, the 3,304 here this afternoon. Did not agree with home plate umpire Chad Patterson there. 2-1. That's another changeup that misses down. It's 3-1. If Groshan reaches, Elijah Dunham awaits on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. 3-1. And that misses ball 4. Tying run is aboard. McCollum taking a couple of extra seconds to recollect himself. Took a stroll around the mound, picks up some rosin, and then receives the baseball back. Tying run aboard, go-ahead run at the plate. It'll be Elijah Dunham as the Patriots cling on to their final grasp of life. 2 outs in the 9th. McCollum set at the belt, fires home. It's down 1-0. A little bit extra on that fastball, 96. McCollum looking for a second straight save in as many opportunities and appearances. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to Dunham. That's at the knees for a strike. It's 1-1. Confidence-wise, that's a big one for McCollum. Checks in the runner at first in Groshans. Here's the pitch. That's down. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sneaks away from Simonite, but runner does not take off. Two balls, 1 strike to Dunham. In from the left side. He's a 209 hitter, 2 home runs, 5 RBI, the 2-1. That's down, it's 3-1. There's no action in the Reading bullpen. There is action on the Somerset side should this game get to the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Anderson, another one of those tall lefties up and throwing. McCollum, the 3-1. Swung on, fouled back. It's 3-2, and Somerset's down to their final strike. William Simonite gets up, reminds the infield the runner is off on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, 4-3 Reading. Grotian's off first, the tying run. McCullum set at the belt, the 3-2, and it's a breaking pitch that misses up. Ball 4, back-to-back walks. That'll bring Jared Wagner to the plate.
Left fielder Jared Wagner.
We'll see if we get a mound visit here from Phil Condary. It does not appear so. So it's Tommy McCullum's inning to get out of. He's thrown 24 pitches. Men on first and second, 2 outs. Grotian's on second, the tying run. Winning run, go-ahead run on first. First pitch, that's a strike. It's 0-1. Wagner 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored his last time up in the 8th. The 6th batter to the plate this inning, the 0-1. That's over, no balls, 2 strikes. And the Patriots again are down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Wagner asks for time. Dunham the go-ahead run on first, Grotian's the tying run on second. It's a 4-3 ball game as the Fightin' Phils look for their 3rd straight win. McCullum ready at the belt. The 0-2. That's a pop fly towards left. Schwecke is there. He's got it. The game is over. And the Fightin' Phils hang on and are victorious on this Tuesday afternoon. It got close. Kept you on the edge of your seat. But when it was all done, Tommy McCullum comes in and picks up his 2nd straight save and gives the Fightin' Phils their 3rd consecutive win and their 5th across their last 6 contests. Somerset did have a run in the inning. They did it on a hit. No errors, 2 Patriots left aboard. And that is how this one concludes on this Tuesday afternoon. 4-3 our final. Reading wins. We'll step aside for a moment. Post-game wrap after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeda.org. Click Local Coalitions.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
In continuation of the 275th anniversary of Reading's celebration, the Our Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays in 2024. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays, thanks to Berks Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, Rip It Baseball Town Charities Batting Cages, and Lavelle Law Firm. Come celebrate the city of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2024. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office. Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Empire Home Center, Golden Oaks Golf Club, Long Home Products, T-Mobile, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $62 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long.
Back on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network, it is the post-game show. Once again, I am Jake Starr. Appreciate everyone for joining us here on this Wednesday afternoon, Fightin Phils are victorious over the Somerset Patriots. 4-3 our final. And Reading in total gets their 3rd straight win, and it is their 5th win across the Fightin Phils' last 6 games. Not much really scoring goes for Reading today. A run from Jose Rodriguez, Gabriel Rincones Jr., sac fly from William Simonite in the 7th, and also a sac fly from Jose Rodriguez in the 8th. With the win, Reading 8-9, Somerset falls to 7-10. Somerset 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, 14 left on base. Reading 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and also 14 left on base. Somerset was 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Reading was 1 for 11. Comes after a night where the Fightin Phils were really good with runners in scoring position. They were 5 for 13. So the Reading 14 left on base and the Somerset 14 left on base also marks a season high for Reading and also for their opponents so far this season. Zach Hockey gets the win. He's 1-0. Bailey Dees the loss 1-2. Tommy McCollum to save his 2nd. Time of the game 2 hours and 54 minutes. Played in front of a crowd of 3,304. Up next, Reading and Somerset. Back to a nightcap. 6:45 p.m. first pitch tomorrow. Robinson Pena gets the start for Reading. Tristan Reiling gets the start for Somerset, the reigning Eastern League pitcher of the week. So certainly will be a good matchup between 2 pitchers that are both coming off really, really good starts. 6:45 first pitch will be on the air at 6:30, featuring our pregame interview with the manager of the Fightin Phils, Al Padrique. So once again, Fightin Phils win at 4-3. They've won 3 in a row, 5 of 6 in the first 2 of this series. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 6:30 on the Fightin Phils radio network. For my broadcast partner, as always, Bob McCool, my name is Jake Starr, signing off, saying have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. We'll talk to you next time on the Fightin Phils radio network.
This has been a presentation of the Phils Radio Network. We thank you for tuning in and can't wait to talk to you the next time the Fightins take the field.